hide, show, and the dog will pick up the toy and then come running looking for it. And he looks and looks. He always finds them. I mean, he's good at it, but he does have a different set of senses working on it too. So
yeah, if he's hiding with one of us and the other one of us comes in the room, he just starts giggling. he's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us and the other one other one of us comes in the room, Murray, the dog, giggling, cheats us out every time. He's just outside for us to play. He's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us and the other one other one of us comes in the room, Murray, the starts dog, giggling, cheats us out every time. He's just outside for us to play. He's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us and the other one the dog giggling, cheats us out every time. He's just outside for us to play. He's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us and the other one the starts giggling, cheats us out every time. He's just outside for us to play. He's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us and the other one the starts giggling, cheats us out every time. He's just outside for us to play. He's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us and the other one the starts giggling, cheats us out every time. He's just outside for us to play. He's just bad at being quiet. If he's hiding with one of us.
Hey, I'm probably not going to stay the whole time tonight, Christian. I started a project for your sister and it's sitting out in the garage. I need to finish it tonight. So. Hey, I'm probably not going to stay the whole time tonight, Christian. I started a project for your sister and it's shelf next to her bed, kind of between your bed and the window. She bought this stuff to hook it to the wall. When I helped her do it, and we put the plants on it and stuff, and then the cat stepped on it and broke it right off the wall. So I'm modifying it with legs and stuff so it stands up better, and I don't have to worry about cat breaking it. It only weighs 22 pounds or something. Well, now without Kona here, the food stays out all the time. It doesn't even go in the closet. So, nah, the dog doesn't like it very much. I mean, once in a while she'll get something just to remind herself, but no, not too much. And the dog's not here very often. I mean, it's been here all week this week, but.
I'll text him, see if he's coming.
St. Louis got Arenado.
Yep.
And didn't even have to take a big hit or nothing.
Single-handedly changed the complexion of the Central.
Goldschmidt at first, Arenado at third. It's pretty nice.
Well, and the players all voted this morning or whatever that they aren't going to play a shortened season, so April 1st will still be opening day, and that means we got pitchers and catchers reporting in about 7 days.
Are they going to let the minor leaguers play?
Training starts in what's that? Yeah, they will, but they've restructured a lot. Most about 7 days. Most teams have gone from all the teams they had. They've reduced by at least training starts. But yeah, they'll all get to play. They will, but they've restructured a lot. Most
for them, I know, pretty tough situation for them last year.
Well, they don't make any money as it is. The fact that most of those places didn't even pay them. That it was hard.
Okay, I think I'm coming through the right mic now.
I mean, that's why you can be phenomenal at, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, hockey, whatever it is. You can be phenomenal and just not where whatever organization thinks that you're ready, or there's somebody in front of you who's just, the stud, and you can't get called up unless there's an injury or something like that. But you can't hold out forever because you're just sitting there, not making any money.
Well,
being on the road,
especially in baseball.
Yeah.
It's not so true in
I wouldn't
football
say
or
football.
basketball.
Football would not be as much. Basketball does have their
Well,
D League and the European League, but
right.
I think you can actually make some okay money in the
European leagues. You can make decent money.
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy that played in the European League. He was easily the best basketball player that I personally knew. He was very good.
When's the last time you saw me play?
Yeah, it was you. I forgot. You've changed so much since those days.
I've grown like 7 inches. You guys didn't know? I'm
You're
at like
5'4"
5'10" now.
Just got back from Yugoslavia.
Could you imagine Cameron being 29 shooting up 7 inches?
You'd take him to the hospital. You'd be worried something was wrong with him.
His thyroid be acting up. Pituitary gland. That's
Pituitary.
I mean, you could gain the height the way the Bonds and McGuire did. Some good old HGH. Your head grows an extra 3 or 4 inches.
Oh yeah.
Jared, get back to you yet?
No.
He's probably got us all on mute and turned off like he typically does.
Well, it's okay if we play this session without him. We'll wait a little bit longer, but I don't know.
You can just pretend he's in deep thought trying to talk to somebody.
I'm okay with people just magically falling into dimensions that are not the current plane of existence the rest of you occupy, and then popping.
Let's be honest, it would not be a surprise if we left Tyrell somewhere.
That is probably much more likely than the alternative. Guys see any good movies or anything lately?
Nope.
No? I don't think so.
Finally watched The Mandalorian last couple weeks. That's good.
All of The Mandalorian, or just like episode 1 or something, or like season 1?
All of it. So I watched like the first 3 episodes like last year, and then they dropped the new season, so I just finally started watching it all.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just rewatched
Yeah,
Solo
cool.
the other day. That one's underrated, man. I love that one.
I watched The Dead Don't Die. It wasn't that good.
I've heard of that one, but I can't say that I've seen it.
It wasn't that good.
Kind of explains everything right in the title there. They don't die.
I didn't read the title. I just saw it and thought, oh, this is probably a bad zombie movie. But it was more like, how many times can we just crash the fourth wall? Is really what they were trying to do throughout the whole movie. At one point, they're like, well, this isn't in the script.
I watched a movie called Psycho Gore Man, and it was very good. Crazy practical effects, but essentially these kids uncover this gem of power or something that controls this demon alien thing, and then it kind of goes from there. So it's pretty great. Lots of gore, lots of like cartoon violence. Ridiculous story, over the top.
We watched Quigley Down Under and Romancing the Stone.
I had Quigley Down Under bookmarked on Amazon, but I have been watching Mr. Robot.
Yep.
Which is
what's his name in it?
Rami Malek.
Yeah, and I bet you're watching that because you saw that other one, The Little Things, right?
No, I've been watching Mr. Robot for a couple months now.
Oh.
The Little Things was well, I can't talk about it until you've seen it, so.
Right.
Christian, you're coming through pretty quiet.
Am I?
Yeah. Yep.
Is this better? No.
Can't tell.
Let me adjust some things.
Oh, that was better.
Voice and video.
Who's winning the Super Bowl this weekend?
Chiefs.
Chiefs, that's an easy answer. Was that louder now?
Yes.
How about now?
Chiefs might not only be the easy answer, it's the correct answer.
I will accept nothing other than complete and total annihilation of the other team.
You mean like there's nothing left of them to leave the field at the end? Total annihilation? Okay. You might be disappointed.
They're just ashes spread across the field. Thanos.
Are you thinking like
smears out on the grass.
Thanos, or are we talking like Bane from that Batman movie?
Ooh, that would be pretty cool, but I prefer them to just fade out of existence.
I think the reason I'm so sure that it's going to be the Chiefs is because Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions against the Packers and still won the game. I don't think that will happen against the Chiefs.
I don't think you can give 3 takeaways to the Chiefs and they not score.
That's what I'm saying.
That definitely won't happen. But then again, Tom Brady does have a pretty good record in Super Bowls.
Well, yes, he does.
And it's crazy that he's continuing.
Unless he's playing Eli Manning.
I saw a billboard here, and I thought it was odd that it even existed in Kansas City, but it said the kid versus the goat. And I was like,
yeah.
Huh.
That's the Super Bowl line this year. That's what they because the kid is the name of a baby goat.
Well, it's stupid, whoever came up with it.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing if it was one of you.
I hope you're not denying that Tom Brady is the GOAT, because Brady's the GOAT.
No,
Okay.
I know he's a great player, and I have respect for him. And I guess I understand why people dislike him just because he is that good, but I just think that's a dumb slogan. But it looks like Jared's here now.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people who think that Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback of all time. And those people are just wrong. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the league right now. That's not true. He's not the best quarterback in the league right now. I'm just saying he's the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah. Any of the statements that say forever or all time, or, I mean, obviously those have an expiration date, but.
Yeah, Tom Brady's not the best quarterback in the league right now. There's no way. I mean, it's got to be Rodgers and Mahomes that you got to look at for 1 and 2, and then there's a bunch of people. I mean, Russell Wilson for the first half of the year is always the best.
Fitzpatrick down in Miami.
He's the best for the games that he actually plays, and then they bench him because they don't want him.
Jared.
Somehow you got to throw what's his name in Baltimore in there.
Lamar?
Lewis. Yeah, Jackson.
No, I have to hate him.
Are you working, Jared?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen had a great year, but he was not the best quarterback in the league. I would have thought if you're looking at best quarterback in the league this year, it would have been
Ben Roethlisberger.
It has to be Aaron Rodgers. Behind him, it's close between Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was a stud.
All right.
He was a stud this year.
You guys ready to get rolling? I have your questions ready for you. No Limp Bizkit in this game.
That wasn't Limp Bizkit, but okay.
Keep rolling.
That was not Limp Bizkit. What song was that if that was not Limp Bizkit?
Keep
It's
those
the
prices
theme
low.
from Rawhide.
Rawhide.
Oh.
Keep rolling.
Made famous by Jake and
Walmart.
Elwood.
Oh, I thought it was Walmart.
Oh, more recently, I guess Walmart could be.
Did Walmart have a thing with it?
And
Commercial.
they use
with
that
it, yeah.
smiley face. I don't even. Do they have that smiley face anymore?
No, I don't think they do.
I don't know.
I don't
never
remember
seen
this
it.
commercial or this ad campaign.
They have the little asterisks now.
I don't believe in TV.
Well, we can get started with the questions. So I don't know. What do you guys prefer if I keep it a secret until right in the moment, or do you like to think about it all day? Because I know some of you just like to not read
Wing
it and then wing it. So
it depends on the
I
question.
You told us early. I didn't think about it until it was time to be myself.
If you gave Jared, if Jared spent the full day thinking about his question, I think it's about
Sometimes I do that.
Yeah, you can text Jared on the side, I guess.
That's a lot of work for me.
A lot of them, honestly, I think most of the time in the moment's way better and funnier. But if it's something like
the meaning
where
of
we want
life.
to build a little more backstory behind it, I'd like to know it.
Okay. So yeah, well, tonight's is obviously a surprise because I didn't tell any of you. But Kobe, we can start with you and Billy. What would Billy's battle cry be? Does Billy already have a battle cry? Is it something he says in his head before he goes into battle? Or is it just something that he, I guess, has said out loud and somehow we've missed this entire time?
Sometimes one of Billy's famous battle cries is bad cop, and he goes stab mode. He's done that one several times. That's when he goes bad cop, bad cop. Other than that, he's never practiced really a battle cry. Perhaps if he was going into a death march, he might have a particular saying that would come to him at the time.
Gotcha.
Probably something about Helm, but for the most part, it's just the bad cop routine.
Okay, all right. Jared, how about Tyrell? What is Tyrell's battle cry? Silence.
No, just debating what he's gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it does depend on the moment.
What other phrases help to?
Well, how much time do I have?
But seriously.
Maybe I call for my rope because that's usually what I use. So it's like,
Oh, rope.
well, nah, more like, hey, magic rope, come here. We got some battling to do.
I feel like the rope would probably say no.
It's really good that you have a magical rope because it can tie its own knots, and you don't have to use two hands to have to tie a knot.
It's very true.
You don't have two hands.
So as you're running into battle, you say, "Hey, magic rope, we got battling to do." As you're running forward, or is it more like a?
Have to yell?
No, I was just curious. Your mic is flaring up, but I only catch a couple things here.
I gotta swap over to my other real quick.
Oh, you're good. We can move on to Cameron and Ranger Steve.
That also sounds like Tyrell's battle cry. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong mic. I got to go back to the other one.
What is Ranger Steve's battle cry, Cameron?
Well, you'd think it would be it's Morphin time, but that's just to get me revved up. But then once I'm in battle, of course I have to yell out "Bangarang!"
Is that from a popular children's movie, or did you just come up with that on your own?
That's from Hook.
Yeah, I know. I was just...
Oh. I was like, man, of all people, I figured you'd know that.
I was being facetious. A popular children's movie? Come on. You knew I knew what that was.
I know.
Did you happen to meet a great warrior who inspired you to use it, Rufio?
Yeah, it was actually the first time I swung through this forest.
You've been through Lambros Forest before?
Just the edge of it. So it was on the other side, closer to the sea, to the east.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In what capacity did you, I guess, know Rufio? How did you just like, oh, hey, Ranger dude, and then what's up, and then left? Or like what?
No, yeah, so it was like, we were doing like a small raid. It was just this, trying to make some money as I got to this land. And went into the forest, kind of just not too deep. And it was kind of just this small little settlement. And there was lots of stories about a bunch of kids running around just being a bunch of little assholes. And then we got there, and this kid stepped up, and they're all chortling and stuff, and we had to put him in his place. But he had some pretty cool hair, and he had that pretty cool war cry. So kind of took it.
Beat up a bunch of kids. That's what I gathered from that story.
I mean, someone's got to teach them.
All right. Josh, how about Tug? What is Tug's battle cry?
Oh shit! I don't know.
I just, in my mind, you were just going to like shout incoherent babble every single time, just like be the crazy chaos mage that you are, kind of
Usually
thing.
Tug talks about how many titles and how important he is before he goes to try to fight.
I figured it had something to do with, everybody take cover. I'm about to use the chaos magic.
He doesn't say take cover.
He says chaos magic, bitch.
Oh shit! I got this.
Okay.
There we go.
That sounds like a Soul Calibur character intro flavor text. Like, it's just a brief character select dialogue. All right. Stalker. How about Stalker, Adam? What is Stalker's battle cry?
I just say, hold my beer.
Did you coin that phrase? Did you pick that up from somebody?
And I say, hold my beer, and then I endlessly readjust my batting gloves before I actually step in the box. That's how it works.
Is there batting? So do you like collect bats like from caves, and you have special gloves to do that with?
No, I time traveled to this time, and I watched Nomar do that before he went to hit, and I just thought it was a great idea, controlling the tempo of your opponent, and so I started doing it.
How did you time travel?
I'm not aware. I just know I did.
Oh, I just thought, there's some mechanism or spell or...
Nope.
Nope, just got teleported?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep, not like the Terminator or anything, just...
I've heard of that stuff happening before. A friend of the wizard Coconut, where I had my understudy at, he said he had been abducted by time travelers once. And it was the craziest thing. They probed him and everything. So I believe that story.
Probed him? Did you get probed, Stalker?
Not me.
Sounds like you're lucky then.
Not as far as I'm aware, anyway.
All right. I think that concludes everybody's fun facts. Close this tab, and I will open up the stream for you guys. Screen. Tabletop Simulator. All right. So
I go over and hit the now button. Is that how it works this time?
I believe so. It's hard for me to know what it looks like on your end because...
Oh, live. There it is. I got it.
But you should have a view of a beautiful, lush town with no roofs because they can't cut down any of the wood.
The town of Deetwood.
The town of Deetwood. Newly christened with its name. But yes, last time we left off, I believe Billy and Ranger Steve had just kind of come into the barrel merchant.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to maybe take some barrels. But he did...
keeps good inventory.
Yeah, he also... Not very well organized. But he did ask for them to get him out of there for a bit of a prize or some reward. So
I think you got about 25 of those.
We asked for the lightest barrel and the heaviest barrel.
Yes. I'm glad you remembered that, because I didn't.
I definitely remembered. So,
Okay.
we got to help him out here, Ranger Steve.
Okay.
Do you think I should probably, lead supervision, or what do you think?
I mean, I could throw you on the top of it, and you could start rolling them down to me or something.
So
Yeah, that's also worth a try.
Can you see which
The
barrel
arrow?
it highlights when I hover
Yes.
over it? Okay. I guess how we're going to do this, if you want to do this, or if you just want to take the barrels and run, you're welcome to do
on.
that. But I will sort of hover over the barrel until you've, deem the one that you want. And then what we'll do is we will roll to see if you get the right one or not.
Okay.
So you're just going to roll a d20. So I don't know which one of you wants to go first.
Let's switch sides. I feel more confident if I was on the left side, moving barrels.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm left-handed, but
I feel more confident over here because I'm gonna do a big toss motion. So, and those ones look lighter if I'm just eyeballing these barrels. So
just eyeballing them.
All right. So who's up first?
please be my guest.
Okay.
All right, Ranger Steve. You got a general vicinity, or you just want me to go around until you say stop?
Yeah, just kind of right in front of me.
So just like right here?
Yeah.
All right, roll. Give me a d20 roll.
14.
All right. You go over to the barrel. You sort of pick it up, and it is heavy, but it is just full of apples. So we can get rid of that barrel.
That's a hell of a toss.
That's a nice toss.
All right, Billy. What barrel are you
I'm gonna
looking
do the
at?
one on my right.
Right here?
Yep.
All right, give me a d20 roll.
Hopefully he's in that one. We'll find out. 6.
All right. You go over to this one, and just you accidentally bumping into it, it knocks it over. Gives you the idea that this may be the lightest barrel, but when you open the lid, a bunch of butterflies fly out.
Was it bees?
Can I try to capture one of the butterflies? What
Sure.
what kind of colors? Hold on, what kind of colors am I seeing?
Every color you can possibly imagine. I mean, you don't know why there's so many of these butterflies or how they survived in a sealed container, but this may be a magic barrel for all you know. But if you want to try and catch one,
yeah, I'm gonna reach towards a purple one, but if I end up grabbing something else, that's okay too. So.
All right, give me a dexterity sleight of hand d20 roll.
Oh, I did okay there. I get a total of 16.
All right, you managed to grab a butterfly, and while it's not the most purple butterfly, it does have some purple on it.
Can I put that in my inventory?
You could try. It's very delicate.
In your pocket.
I'm gonna stick it in my pocket if that's okay.
Sure. It may not survive. You do feel a bit of a fluttering in your pocket, but just the weight of your clothes alone is enough to sort of muffle it.
If I had a rope or some string, I could get enough of these and fly.
Maybe. So this barrel is now empty. It does not count as the, I guess, lightest because it's empty. Ranger Steve, we'll do this one more time apiece, and then we'll jump over to everybody else.
Okay, I'll go for that top one.
This one?
Yep.
All right, give me a d20 roll.
CX.
All right. So you go over to this barrel, and you kind of struggle to open it. You actually can't even get it open. You can tell there's like something rattling around inside, but you don't know what's in this one as of right now. So you can keep it by you, or you can chuck it, but it doesn't seem particularly heavy or light.
Yeah, I'll just keep it by me.
All right, Billy, what you got? What you thinking?
I feel like going ham. I'm gonna try to dive in the middle and axe, one of the barrels.
All right.
That probably happened.
So you
I have a little short axe that I have, so I'm finally using the actual axe side of it.
Sure, yeah. So you jump right in. Give me a d20 roll to see if you hack open a barrel, the desired barrel.
Alrighty. Probably not. I got a 2.
So you swing your axe wildly into the barrel, and you hear this sort of crunch, a slight yelp and then a squishing noise, and you see red start to pour out of the barrel.
It's not this one. We're good.
So
Which barrel was that one that I'm seeing the red out of?
this one right here.
Can I push it over to the side so I don't have to look at it anymore?
Sure. So that one's just in the corner now. All
And
right.
act like nothing happened. I want to make sure that nothing. That was me. I think I stubbed my toe. If you heard any yelps.
yeah.
There's an increasingly larger pool of red liquid coming from the bottom of the barrel, sort of now pooling on the ground in the corner. But yes,
He'll need to make an observation check to find that.
right. You'll have to open up the barrel to find out more if you want. But who knows? Maybe it's just wine. Who knows? But
Yelping wine.
we will jump over to Tug and Tyrell.
Oh, it looks nice over there.
Yeah, Tug was taking a long rest, I believe, or a short rest. Or no, he was attuning, I'm sorry, to the shard of an annihilation sphere to try and learn out more about it.
Tyrell's looking up his skirt.
He's got, something blocking him, though. There's this nice sensor that we have in place. But Tug, at this point, you have attuned to the shard of the annihilation sphere.
Annihilation sphere.
Sean Connery was in it. But if you would like to know the statistics, I can give those to you now, and you can write them down.
Yeah, do you not have like a... Okay.
So, if you throw it like a projectile with the intention of using it, then anything within 5 feet of that annihilation sphere shard will immediately be obliterated.
But is it gone forever?
It is.
Okay, so I get a one-time use of a grenade effect, basically.
Yep. And anything in that 5 foot radius will completely gone.
So you're kind of hoping this thing makes an appearance at the Super Bowl this Sunday.
Exactly. If all of the opposing team could just fit in that 5 foot radius, that'd be great.
What does that mean if he throws it at something that's bigger than fits in the 5 foot? It'll only disappear the section of that thing that is in the 5 foot?
Correct.
Oh my gosh, this would be great for opening up, a construction company.
Yeah, if you could get more of them.
The One-Time Construction Co.
Yeah.
Hey, anything you want demoed in this 5 foot spot, I got it.
Once. It better be good. I only got one customer in my line of work.
Yikes, that was the wrong wall. The bathroom's on the other side.
That was a load-bearing wall.
That'd work.
So keep in mind, Josh, if you decide to use that item, obviously you'd have to be attuned to it to use it. So you can only be attuned to one of those legendary items at a time. But that is a pretty powerful object you have in your possession.
Yeah.
So we can say you woke up in excitement out of your focus and shared all that information with Tyrell as well.
Isn't that
Frozen
awesome,
at Tyrell.
Tyrell? It's awesome.
Josh, I couldn't hear you.
The last 2 times I didn't know.
Last
What's
2
the question?
times you didn't know. Oh, we just talked about the Annihilation Sphere shard that he got. And we were saying that he shared that information with you, so he said, "Isn't that awesome, Tyrell?" And then there was just a long silence.
Oh. What do you want to annihilate?
It's a good question.
I don't know, but I have the power.
This is probably feeding your god complex pretty well.
No.
You guys want to do anything? Go anywhere in the town now that you've obtained this knowledge?
I kind of want to go. When I was walking past the place where I spent my 50 gold, I think I saw a bunch of barrels. I want to go to the barrel.
All right. Tyrell, are you going to join them, or are you going to...
Well, yeah, is there anything else in this vicinity?
It's just a hostel, just where a bunch of cots are, essentially.
Oh. Can I look around for any leftover belongings?
Sure. Give me a D20. We'll say perception.
You've been playing too much Cyberpunk.
That's just every game ever. If I do not search every single container in the room, then I have not played the game.
I forget.
Orders.
Wisdom or
Perception is wisdom.
Jared, you're so quiet. I got you up to 200%. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, everything reset. How is that? Also,
Well, that's much better.
Oh my!
Too much.
How are
That's good on
you
mine.
doing?
You're coming across fine on mine, but I think I have everybody balanced.
I did turn up quite a bit, so if it's too terrible, let me know.
I think that's good where you're at.
There we go. I do. Okay, so I've got. Sorry, 15.
All right. You find about 35 wood chips.
Ooh. Okay.
It's pretty considerable sum.
Rich man.
Because you know,
now I'll run after her.
Currency here is wood chips. So you're running. All right. So you guys make it to the barrel store just outside, and now we will catch up with Stalker. But where did we leave you, Stalker? Oh yeah, you were in front of the chest. That's right.
Yeah.
So I believe last time, did you get something out of the chest?
I did. I got something out of the chest, and it was a book, and it had a bunch of spells that I could use once.
That's right.
I took note of all the spells. I did a little bit of research that night on what the spells did, but haven't looked at it since.
I do remember now the book. So yeah, it's a spell book. Contains obviously a couple extra spells that you can just throw out there, one-time use, but a pretty useful thing to have. What would you like to do? The chest and the note on it still says, 50 gold pieces for a prize, essentially. You've already done it once.
I'm keeping what I got. Yep.
Okay. So you can leave. You can go
trade it
anywhere
out,
else.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to go again.
Has anybody gone over to where all the marbles are? Has anybody gone in there yet?
Nobody yet, no.
Okay, I'll go over that direction.
All right. So you sort of run over to.
I'm gonna walk. I'm not.
You. Sorry. Here, let's try that again. You walk.
There you go.
Over to.
See? Perfect.
Walk over to the store. You step inside, and the sort of sign out front says "Baubles," and you walk in, and you are greeted with someone who is wearing jester's attire. He says, "Well, hello. Welcome to the Bauble store."
I say, "Oh, thank you. Is there any peculiarities about these baubles?"
My baubles are spherical and baublicious.
Okay. What do people typically do with these types of baubles?
Admire them, of course.
Oh. I guess I'll walk over and admire them for a minute.
Do you see the green one? And the yellow one?
Yep.
Aren't they precious?
They appear to be, yes.
They're the bobbliest baubles around. Whoa, round.
That's
Would you like to procure a bauble?
I might. Yes, I might want to do that.
What about 2?
No, I think I just need 1.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Positively? Absolutely wrong. You must have 2 baubles. I will not accept any less.
Okay. I'll go with 2. I have a medical condition where I can really only have 1, but...
Give 1 to a friend. Or a foe.
That's
With
what I'll
baubles, you never know.
So how much are the baubles?
100 wood chips apiece.
Okay. I don't know if I have 100 wood chips. I might have something else.
Well, then get out. Get out of my bauble store.
Real fast before I go.
No, you come into my bauble store.
I want to see if I perceive anything interesting about the baubles.
All right, give me a D20 perception roll.
16.
They are like giant marbles about the size of, I guess, baseball. So larger than average. They look expertly crafted, very shiny. They don't appear to have any sort of magical abilities. They just look like blown glass, multicolored blown glass.
Are they hollow?
They're not hollow. They are solid glass, so they have a bit of heft to them. But yeah, from as what you can tell, these are, you know, just glass, no magical properties as far as you can tell. Yeah, they are spectacular visually, but aside from that, not much.
All right, well, I will leave and go get some wood chips then.
Don't come back until you have your wood chips.
Roger that, amigo.
All right. So where would you like to head to the?
I'm gonna go over to who was it that found the wood chips?
So you don't know that anybody found wood chips, but you do see Tyrell and Tug standing outside of the barrel.
So I'm gonna walk over to them and ask if they have any wood chips.
Tyrell, Tug.
Oh, I haven't heard the question. I just.
I have no woodchucks.
Good. We don't need any woodchucks.
But if we had a woodchuck, it could chuck wood, and then how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if it could chuck the wood?
I think it'd have to be a special woodchuck to chuck wood in this forest. I don't think woodchucks do well here.
You both, or not both of you, all three of you think back and think, yeah, we haven't seen any woodchucks.
This is interesting.
I mean, there's like storms moving in. I can't believe what is going on here.
Does the barrel maker make the barrels here? I mean, he's making them here, or is he just selling them here?
You don't know. You haven't asked him or talked to him. It looks like this is something that is a little out of the ordinary. Like maybe somehow these barrels duplicated or multiplied or somehow, like, obviously it would be very difficult for anyone to run a store in this disarray. So, I mean, it looks like something went wrong, magically or otherwise. So
Lord Cordlow, he's the one who's put him here.
I recognize that name, but I do not know what that's from.
It's from the Prestige.
Is it?
Yeah. That's who he pretends to be, and they has him make the machine.
Yeah. Okay. I thought he was. Yeah. That has to be it. I don't know what else it would be from. But we can jump back into the store. So Billy and Ranger Steve. I guess Ranger Steve, it's your turn to pick another barrel. Feel free to, I guess that the shopkeep was talking to you at some point.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on top of the pile.
Okay, just right here is fine, or?
Yeah, and just call out to him again. See if I can hear him.
All right, you sort of call out to the barrel vendor. And there is no response.
Oh God. What was in that barrel, Billy?
Which one?
The one with the red stuff.
Which one? I'm not. I guess I'm not following.
The one you chopped with your axe.
No, I swung blindly. I'm not sure which ones I hit. They kind of went all over the place. I'm pretty strong gnome.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna pick up the one on top closest to me, I suppose.
All right. So give me a D20 roll.
18.
18. All right. This one, you have a lot of trouble hefting up and out. You get the sense that this one may actually be the heaviest barrel. You crack it open, and it's just a bunch of iron ore.
You can make a pickaxe with that.
Yeah, I could do all of that.
So you can set that one aside if you want to claim that one as the heaviest one. So,
yeah, I'll put them down in that corner.
Okay. Where the bloodstain is, or the other?
No,
corner?
the other one.
Okay.
I don't want to stain the barrel.
Okay, so
We don't know what kind of stains this guy has in here. He can barely keep a shop together.
So your barrel, your candidate for the heaviest barrel is going to be that one in the corner there. So Billy, it is now your turn to pick another barrel.
Yeah, hacking didn't go so well for me last time, I think, so I'm just going to open up a barrel that's next to me.
Sure. Give me a D20 roll.
All right. Oh, I got a 6.
All right. So
it's like the third 6 we've rolled in like 5 rolls.
Yeah, I know. We've rolled a bunch of 6s here.
You open up
We're going to summon a demon.
You open up this barrel, and what comes out but a bunch of snakes, and they sort of writhe around and slither through the barrels, sort of on top and over and under. So now, while they didn't look particularly deadly, they were a variety of snakes, so you didn't even really get a chance to, know all the different variety of snakes that were in there. You have no idea if these snakes were poisonous or harmless, but there are now snakes around the barrels as well.
Ranger Steve, I think that there's snakes in here now. You're a ranger, so you should be able to identify them. I'm a gnome. I grew up in the woods. Snakes are a thing. That's how I feel about it.
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking barrel.
Hold on. Are there people outside? Oh, hello!
There are people outside. So
hey, gang, it's the Zoo Warriors Electric Boogaloo 2, all here.
You just invited them into a room full of snakes.
Hey guys, we're it's barrel opening season here in Deetwood, and they let Steve and I be the openers of barrels. You guys like to join?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's free season. You're allowed to open any barrel you want.
Can I open this one that has red stuff leaking out of it onto my feet?
I'm guessing there's no trouble with the snakes. They're just,
they're all around Billy for right now.
We won't know until we get to someone else.
I haven't told you guys about any.
I heard something about.
We were standing here watching you.
I mean, you guys were outside. You could kind of see in through the crack of the door, but you're relatively fresh to the situation at hand. I will say that it's fair to know that maybe things are not going the greatest, but you don't know that there are snakes in the barrels just yet. Tug, you obviously notice the leaking red barrel, and it's up to you whether or not you want to open that one.
I want to pop that baby open.
All right, you peel back the lid, and you are welcomed to the sight of the dead eyes of what you can only assume is the barrel merchant. He's a rather pudgy man. It looks like he was crammed inside of a barrel, and he's just staring at you with his mouth gaping open and dead eyes right out of the barrel.
Is he past the point of casting Spare the Dying?
Oh, yeah. The axe and the sort of cut into the barrel, you can see, went right into his neck, and he bled out rather quickly.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
This one This one's got a dead man in it.
That's a horrible. I caught a butterfly earlier. You should toss someone out.
Do you want to dispose of the barrel?
No, I'll just set the lid back on it.
All right, you set the lid back on it. You can see you kind of leave your bloody handprints on the lid as you set it back. And as you step farther away from the pool of blood, you leave some footprints as well.
Could I
say they probably don't have like DNA tracing or fingerprint databases. They you know.
If the handprint and the footprint match.
Yeah.
I may just set it on fire.
It's up to you.
I set in a barrel shop on fire.
I think I'm gonna wait until we're done with the barrels.
No way out.
Unless I get angry.
But I hear there's a game. You have to choose which one's the heaviest. Is that?
That's not a game.
Oh.
You just pick up barrels, and if you look what's inside, and all of them contain a prize that you get to keep.
Oh.
I don't want to keep the prize.
If you don't want to keep it, you have to throw it away. That was the rules of the shop. Isn't that right, Ranger Steve?
That is correct, Mundo.
I would like to choose a barrel.
All right. You tell me which one looks good.
Can you throw those away? I want one on the bottom of the pile.
Like this one?
Hold on. So he needs to go climbing in.
I was gonna say you gotta get in there if you're gonna.
Oh, I was just gonna use this telekinesis. What's the deepest one I can reach from there?
Right there, probably.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Looks good.
All right. Give me a D20 roll.
Oh, hey, Tyrell.
That's a 14.
14. So as you're going down there to get the barrel and you sort of heft it out, it's about medium weight. You lift it up over your head. You feel something slithering sort of over your feet, and it does not feel like your magic rope.
Oh.
And you look down and it is a snake. So you sort of quickly hop up out of the barrels, kind of tiptoe bounce all the way down to where your barrel is, and you are away from the snakes. It's up to you if you want to share that with the stalker and Tug, but you can open your barrel if you like. Would you like to open your barrel?
No, I'm just gonna stand right here.
Okay, so you're not gonna open your barrel on your turn. You're just gonna leave the pit.
You have 45 seconds to decide.
And you're not telling Tug and Stalker about the snakes? Or Billy or Ranger Steve, because you don't know that they know either. Okay, all right. Someone else is gonna
flat smile.
Okay.
I'm just now realizing that it looks as if I've been touched by King Midas. I'm not exactly sure why
I ran out of character pieces.
and I realized that this new visage is keeping me from feeling too bad about the snakes. I'm pretty sure I'm safe from snake bites.
Despite your appearance, you probably are still susceptible to snake bites.
Oh, okay, all right.
But you don't know that there are
case,
snakes, so.
Well, in that case, I'm going to look around and see if I see any snakes.
All right.
What a strange thing for you to be looking for.
I'm just in the process of identifying the whole room, taking stock of the whole room.
Sure. So give me a perception check then. D20 wisdom modifier.
17.
All right. So you notice with the sort of devilish grin on Tyrell's face and knowing that Billy may be prone to leave things out or exaggerate, you sort of give the room a nice scan and see some movement underneath the barrels, and your ranger expertise leads you to believe that there are snakes of varying degree of, venomous nature within the barrels.
Great. Varying degrees of venomous nature. So like could be a cobra and a bushmaster, and there could also be like a copperhead or
a gardener snake,
Okay. Well, avoiding snakes, I'm gonna guess mentioned to everybody that there appeared to be some snakes turned loose in the shop, and that they can be dangerous. So they want to at least keep their eyes open so they don't accidentally get bit. And then I guess I'm going to pick up the barrel right next to me on the right there, and I'm going to ask the question: is there anything we're supposed to be looking for in these barrels, or are we just opening barrels?
Are you asking me, or are you asking?
No,
Billy?
I'm asking the guys that were in the room before they killed the man who ran the shop.
Yeah, we were told that there's a big prize. There's a golden ticket, and if you receive the golden ticket from one of the barrels, they're going to take you to the barrel factory where all the magical barrels are made.
He's lying to you.
Yeah, so then I'm going to look at Ranger Steve and say, okay, what's the real story here?
He was hidden in one of the barrels. We were kind of looking for him / opening some barrels. I wanted a heavy one. He wanted a light one. We're kind of just going for it, and apparently he hacked right into one. Didn't really know what it was. And
Nah, my axe kind of slipped when I was climbing up here a little bit, I think. But
Ranger Steve, do we know why he was hiding?
And snakes.
No, he didn't. I think it just was a mishap. I think something happened, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So you guys are opening barrels now, hoping that you're going to find something of worth? Is that kind of what the deal is?
Yeah, we're either trying to find him and also trying to find some cool stuff at the same time.
I gotcha. All right,
Yeah,
so I'll
he's gone
crack
quiet. He wants us to find him on, our own merits. So he's probably gonna be the last barrel that we open. He said anything could be in these, dead bodies could be in these barrels, stuff like that. But
well, I'm going to crack open the one right next to me and see if there's any more dead bodies in this one.
Give me a D20 roll.
15.
All right, you pry open the lid, and you look into the barrel, and there appears to be a small child. It looks up at you and says,
"Oh God,
please, sir. Where are we?"
if you don't like what's in the barrel, we can toss the barrels out. That was one of the rules.
Do I look, make a close check and see if this kid has a leaf shaped birthmark on him?
Yeah, you can inspect his hands. So he's.
I'll help him out of the barrel first.
The first thing you want to do is inspect the little kid.
I'm just looking for a reason why the kid's in the barrel.
So you lift him out of the barrel, and you can see lifting him out, he doesn't have a leaf-shaped birthmark in his hand. He looks very starved, very skinny. It looks like he's been in this barrel for a very long time. You could see with the way he's squinting his eyes is he still can't really adjust his eyes to the light that's in the building, and it's not even that bright. So he's been sealed within this thing for who knows how long, and he sort of is very easy to lift out of the barrel because he doesn't weigh anything. He's so scrawny.
Does anybody need food? I don't have any food.
So I was gonna say, so I'm gonna take him over to to an open spot in the room there and kind of dress him in whatever blanket cloak thing I've got available and give him some lambus bread.
You don't have any lambus bread, but you know that one of the barrels that Ranger Steve opened earlier is full of apples, so you can hand him one of those. But
okay,
yeah, as
throw that one into the forest.
Yes, I just visually removed it, but it's still in the room. So yeah, you sort of drape him in your cloak just temporarily and give him an apple, and he seems to accept the food and immediately just starts scarfing it down. Like his full attention is on the apple. Tug, Billy, Ranger Steve, what do you guys want to do while Stalker's kind of dealing with this?
Could I pull my crystal ball scene out real quick and see if I can decipher anything in these barrels?
Sure. So you pull your crystal ball of true sight out, and you sort of look, and you notice... What?
Was that something he had to attune towards or whatever?
Attune?
Attune towards?
Atone.
I corrected you, and I didn't even know that you were making a joke. He hasn't had to attune to that yet, but it's something he can pull out and use. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So what do I notice?
You notice a faint aura coming from a disturbing number of the barrels that seem to indicate that there are human beings in these barrels.
Oh shit. Okay. Does it help me see the snakes?
You do see like slight red traces on the floor that seem to, indicate where the snakes are. You can see that they all have sort of moved to the floor. So if you're up in the barrels, you may be a little bit safer.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm using my crystal ball, and I can tell that there's a lot of these barrels that have people trapped in them. I think we should try to help them and feed them because they're probably starved like this little child. Can I try to help you guys find these barrels, or am I going to have to do it by myself?
Do you think that they live here?
Go stand on the rock and make everybody in the place come out and help us.
Well, how would he know to do that?
I just told him to do that.
That's not a bad idea, Ranger.
Do we want to tell him? Do we want to tell him to help us, like by feeding them and clothing them? I mean,
Do you
we
think
could be the ones who get them out of the barrels.
Well, hey, first,
Maybe the townspeople put them in the barrels.
maybe we need to, yeah, like maybe we might want to talk to this child or uncover a couple more people so that we can get some more forms of information before we just go running telling the townspeople. We don't know if the townspeople have been putting them in the barrels.
Well, they listen to everything anybody says on the rock, so if you say it, they'll just probably do it.
How do you know that?
I was going to say,
I
Ranger
say we
Steve,
get a couple
hang
more
on.
people out. I like that idea.
I think Billy
Yeah.
Billy at this point is the only person that knows that standing on the rock and speaking on the speaking stone makes things law.
So, will you guys, like, can I help guide you guys to these barrels, or you not down with that?
I'm just going to yell, "It's Morphin time," and start chucking barrels towards the door.
Okay. So it's
Well,
Morphin time. You transform into your oak flesh sort of armor. And
Because I don't want to get bit by snakes, and I'm just going to start doing the job. Just start rolling the barrels out.
All right.
Oh, you're not like angrily chucking. You're just trying to get the barrels.
Yeah, just start doing some work. Like, we'll just start rolling.
I'm
Get 'em
just going
out.
to open random barrels on the top since I'm on the top.
I'm not opening them. I'm rolling them down to you guys.
I'm gonna let Josh point out which barrel I need to open next.
Yeah, I can make this process easier. Like, how many orbs am I seeing?
So
Or is that-
you can see a faint aura of about 9 different people in the barrels. We can sort of fast track things and get to the point if everybody's willing to help to get all of these people out. Let's say probably take you a good, 30 minutes to get all the people out of the sort of pile of barrels.
Oh my gosh, do we have enough apples?
Yes, you have plenty. It's a full barrel of apples.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I can see the snakes also, so you're safe. I will guide you. Listen to my voice, and I will guide you.
So, with the instruction of Tug, you guys get all 10 of them out.
Safely and unharmed.
Safely and unharmed as best as you can.
So 10 out of 11.
Yes. Well,
Until one of those people says, "Who's that?"
But at this point, you've sort of set them all outside. You're got them to a safe location away from the snakes and any potential blood or dead bodies.
Can we set the barrel of apples out there? I mean, I want them to know we're friendly.
Yeah, you got the barrels. Tug, you've been guiding people and feeding them apples or whatever. We're gonna say that all these barrels are character tokens. That may be a bad look, but that's what they are. That's who they are. They've identified with barrels at this point. So you're free once they're outside here to ask them any information you got. They're all sort of roughly clothed and fed at this point. So some of them are a little bit more willing to talk, but they're just thankful you rescued them from the barrels.
Are they all children?
No. There's a variety of people. So everything from women, children, dwarves, elves, humans.
Can I ask them individually, or can I ask them what their last memories are? See, I'm looking for clues. Do I need to roll something? Like, I'm interviewing them and looking for similarities. What type of check is that?
Ask him which Mexican drug cartel put him in there.
So that's just the thing you can ask, Josh. You're not going to roll for something like that. That's a dialogue that you and those people are going to have. So
okay,
you can generally ask the entire group, or if you want to be more selective and pick a specific person, I can kind of give you, I guess, that information too. So it's up to you how you want to proceed.
Can we all just interview 2 of them and then come back together and share our information?
Yeah, if you want to do that
like
individually, sure.
Okay, well then, so I'm gonna go get my. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Everybody else wants to do that. All right, Ranger Steve.
That's affirmative. Yeah.
You might want to re-interview the one Billy talks to, because I imagine
Billy's going way over behind the bushes over here with his 2.
that's not going to be a very productive conversation, I have a feeling.
We're gonna have 2 more converts to helm.
we can re-interview them.
It'd be funny how Billy's 2 show up with a different story than everybody else's.
All right. So Tug, since you wanted to do this, you're up first. So the 2 that stayed behind are a dwarf and just 2 dwarves, I guess.
They're just 2 dwarves.
Just 2 dwarves.
Hi, I'm Tug. I'm happy you guys are doing all right.
Thank you for saving us.
Thank you for saving us.
Said the second dwarf. Now you're in on this, Cameron. So you and me are the interviewees.
Do you 2 know each other by chance? Are you from the same clan or?
So
no,
you
I fucking hate this guy.
We're best mateys. We grew up together.
Shut the fuck up.
Nah, you shut the fuck up. Kiss my arse. This guy's a kidder.
Were you guys together when this happened, or is this just happenstance?
Nah, 2 separate barrels.
But were you with each other when you were taken?
Yay, we were.
So did no one know you guys disappeared?
We were having a bit of a rager at the pub, and next thing you know, you're in a barrel.
I was so drunk.
So you 2 snuck off together, got drunk, and then ended up in barrels.
We were not together.
I mean, I'm not judgmental. I just need the.
Don't
full
let them
story.
fool you. We're always attached at the hip.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I know you'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds. I mean, you guys are.
Did you come here to ask us about this, or you got something more important to say? I'm mighty thankful that you saved us from the barrel, but.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to come off anyway. I just am simply trying to piece the clues together. Which bar were you guys at?
It wasn't around here, I can tell you that.
So where are you originally from?
The Dragon Scar.
The Dragon Scar?
Aye.
How to get that name?
Well, it's a bit of a long story, but they say the giant crag over in the east side of Morningstar, a giant great dragon came down and scraped the earth and created the crater. But I personally think those people are on something.
Do you have what day? What's the last day that you remember? Season and day.
Oh. Barnaby, do you know? I can't recall.
Summer, I think. It was hot.
So it's Christian. What season would you say the world is that we're in? I've never asked.
Yeah, so it was starting to get a little bit colder, maybe into the fall, as you guys were starting to enter Lambros.
Okay, so yeah, fall is well on its way. The chill is starting to come into the air. do you guys have any really perception of time or being in the barrels, or do you just kind of know that you were in the barrel and I opened it up?
As far as I know, I was drunk. I wake up in a barrel, start moving me around. Of course, you hear the bumps and the tumbles of the carriage and the cart, but I couldn't break out myself and start to call out to the other barrels and have some conversations, but I don't know who abducted me or Barnaby over there, and, well, then you opened up the lid, and here I am.
So you didn't really perceive time for most of your experience.
Oh, I used my sundial, yeah.
Hey, I'm just trying to help, buddy.
Well, you're asking the same question about 3 times now. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
No, I'm not. I've already figured out that you had a brief memory of being put in the barrel and being transported, but you don't have any memory of being in the barrel for almost a complete season, and you know that I opened it.
Oh,
so you lost.
You're quite the detective.
Thank
you. We were in the barrel. We were in the barrel.
Thank you. Well, I feel like I have some good information.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's the pub?
I was going to take you. That's exactly what I was about to say. Is I think you guys deserve a good drink. The pub's right over here. I give them 2 gold pieces each. Give them a gold piece each, and I tell them to get a drink on. Somebody's echoing.
I'm not sure, but he sort of has a big grin on his face, and he sort of, gives you a friendly little punch in the thigh. Says, "You're out of light. Thank you."
Absolutely. And
if you need anything else from me or Barnaby, we'll be over in the pub.
Alrighty.
Did you ask him what his name was?
Yeah, he told me, but I couldn't remember.
All right.
Individual conversation. I love it.
Tyrell, you're up. So this is
gonna be golden.
The 2 people that you sort of took over and are conversing with seems to be a mother and a child. The child does not seem old enough to really speak, but the mother is sort of holding the child, so you assume that this is her child.
That's really sad. They're in separate barrels.
So, is that your kid?
What kind of question is that?
I mean,
I'm sorry. We've just been in these barrels for God knows how long. Yes.
Turn it down.
This is my child, Sven.
Oh my gosh.
Sven, what a lovely name. So how are you doing?
I've been better.
I'd hope. Was someone trying to age you? I know that's usually what happens when you put stuff in barrels. I don't know.
As far as I know, we were abducted. I don't know by who.
What was the last thing you remember?
It was late at night. They broke into our house and threw bags over our heads, and God, I didn't know who they took or if they took all of us. My husband was out at the bar, and we were gone. It wasn't until you all saved us that I finally had the peace of mind that my child was okay.
Yikes. So there was multiple people that you could tell that abducted you?
At least 3 men.
3 men.
Or humanoids.
Did you happen to maybe catch a whiff of what they smelled like?
I wasn't thinking of smell at the time, but they didn't smell good. I remember that much.
Dirty. Hope you don't mind. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, you're fine. Or am I supposed to answer? Yeah, that's fine.
Like having my handy dandy notebook out.
Oh, like Blue's Clues, the giant
Giant crayon.
Do you have any other questions for us, or can we go?
Yeah, I mean, did they do you any actual physical harm? Do you have any scars or?
They were not easy when they put us in the barrels. Sven appears to be okay, but we went so long without food or water. I was so worried when I heard the cries of another child. I wasn't sure if it was mine or... There were so many people in the barrels. They transported us for so long. I didn't know where, or... I came from Edgewood.
Do they also purchase things with wood?
No, they use currency in Edgewood. Have you been there? Do you know of it?
It sounds very familiar.
It's right next to Bushton.
Well, we really must be on our way to try and find some more food and water.
Yeah, absolutely. They actually only take wood chips here. So here, I'll give you a hand her 5 wood chips.
She kind of looks at you like she doesn't know if you're being serious about the wood chip thing, but then
I give her a understanding, like, nah, it's weird.
She says,
"Thank you. We'll be over in the church if you have any more questions."
Well, before you go, actually, I was hoping that would buy one more question.
Of course.
So sorry. Sometimes things are seen so much differently, and from the eyes of a child. Would Sven answer anything if I asked him?
He hasn't talked since we pulled him out, but he has been nodding. Yes or no?
Oh, okay.
Sven, would you be up for some questions?
You see Sven kind of hesitantly nod his head up and down, yes.
I want to ask him, do you miss your dad?
He sort of slowly shakes his head left to right.
Do you miss your daddy?
Okay. Was your dad? Did he give you toys, or does he not? That's too many questions for yes or no. Was your dad nice?
He sort of looks at his mom, and he kind of shakes his head from left to right again.
And then, now that I think I've got exactly what I need from him, I'd ask one last question of the mother, just to see, do you think your husband, or this father figure, I don't want to assume, was into any bad dealings?
Absolutely, but I can't fathom that he would stoop to this low.
What was his name, if you don't mind, just in case we run into him?
Fievel.
Oh.
Did he go west?
Is he a mouse?
More of a rat, if you ask me.
That is all. Thanks. Take care. Please do.
Thank you.
So they head over to the church, and you see them sort of look up to the new sign that's on the exterior. It says, "Now a House of Helm." We will jump over to Billy.
Billy.
So Billy, you got an old woman
Of course.
and a teenager.
Old woman and a teenager. Are they humans?
The teenager appears to be a half-elf, and the old woman appears to be a decrepit old woman, human.
Hello, I'm Billy, one of the founding members of Zoo Warriors of Boogaloo 2. We are the group who saved you from those barrels. What are your names?
My name is Sally.
The old woman
I'm
kind of
assuming that was the old woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the half elf just sort of crosses his arms and goes,
Your name is
My name
What's your name?
Leave me alone.
I see. So you're wanting to play hard to get information here?
Look, I'll answer your stupid questions if that's what you want, but I'm just ready to get out of here, all right?
Okay, you're going to get me some information, or, it's going to...
Look, you don't have to threaten me. Ask your dumb questions.
Okay, I'm going bad cop here. I'm going to slice the old lady.
Okay. Give me a D20 roll.
Alrighty, I get a total of 15.
Yep, you definitely land a hit. So, which weapon were you attacking with?
Just that axe that I already had out. Yeah.
Sure.
So we'll just use that.
So we'll say that's 1d6 damage.
I had it as a 1d4 plus 1.
Sorry, yeah, that's the axe you were using the blunt side for with the skeletons.
Yeah, so it
Perfect.
does 4 damage to the old lady.
So you cut her right across like the side of her kneecap, and she spills to the ground. She goes, "Ow!"
Now, what's your name, son?
Jared.
Jared. What a stupid name.
All
right.
Are you serious? You just cut that old lady.
I'll do the same to you if you don't answer my questions. I'm the investigator. Now listen here. We got you out of those barrels. How'd you get into them?
Jesus, man, I don't know. I was just there in Edgewood like the old lady, and they crammed us in barrels, and next thing I knew, we're in the forest.
Who is they?
A bunch of guys. I don't know. I was in the street. I stole a couple loaves of bread, and they chased me down, and...
So you were stealing?
Oh, yeah, I was hungry.
How many loaves of bread did you steal?
2. That was it.
How many loaves of bread did you steal the previous day?
Well, none, because I had enough that day.
Oh. Are you homeless?
Yeah.
Jared, I want you to tell me the truth. Do you live on the streets? Do you do pleasures for money?
Well, it hadn't come to that point yet, but...
And this old lady here, is she your pimp?
No, but... Weirdly enough, she's the one I stole the bread from.
Is this true, old lady?
Yes.
Don't lie to me. I'll hit you again.
I never lied in the first place.
Oh, honey. Okay, so you're in Edgewood. Some guys just picked you up because you were stealing bread. Why'd they pick up Sally here? Was she stealing bread? Apparently not. You were stealing bread from her. Why was she picked up?
I don't know that there's rhyme or reason why they picked us up. I mean, you pulled us out of the barrels. We're every kind of mismatch.
And how long have you been in those barrels?
Best I could guess is maybe a week.
Okay. What season do you think it is?
I mean, it was like fall when I left. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know where you are?
Yeah, a place I'm not supposed to be, Lambros. Nobody comes back from Lambros. I don't even know what this town is. I've never even heard of it.
So you were in Lambros Forest. You weren't in Edgewood?
I came from Edgewood, but we're clearly in I mean, this is Lambros, right?
Yeah, so we're in the Lambros Forest. So you were walking in the Lambros Forest?
No, they pulled me from town.
Oh. Well, you're in Deetwood.
Are you gonna help her? She's bleeding.
No, she'll be fine.
I'm asking the question.
She's sort of just from the ground. She looks to be increasingly pale as the conversations go on.
If you want to look like her, you're going to answer all my questions.
You're going to make me old?
All right, that's... I'm not dealing with a lip. Bad cop. I'm going to... Slicing the old lady again.
All right, give me a D20 roll with advantage.
Alrighty, I got a total of a 9.
You managed to hit the prone and wounded old woman.
3 damage.
She lets out another "Ugh," and you hear the air sort of leave her body, and now
listen
she
up
doesn't
here,
appear
Jared.
to be conscious anymore.
Listen up here, Jared. I'm tired of your games. There is no lip. Listen, you were brought in here by some bad men, and you know who got you out of here? Even badder men. That's
He
right.
immediately
But we're willing to let you
bolts
and I'm
out
not
of the
holding here.
bushes. All right, I'll give you a chance to stop him, but he is going to make a move to run and shout for help.
I'm gonna make a move to grab him.
All right, so give me a D20 roll to see if you're able to grapple him. I'll build the check for that.
What kind of roll is that? Dexterity.
So grapple or you're going to say that's a strength.
Ooh, I got a total of a 9.
All right, so you managed to kind of grab his ankle and slow him down a little bit, but in his fear, he does manage to shout and sort of run out from behind the bushes with a crazed look on his face. Immediately runs into Tug and is just, help! Help! That he just killed that old lady.
I immediately take off towards the bushes.
So you sort of round the corner and you see an old woman on the ground
too.
And Billy.
I know I haven't questioned my people yet, but I'm running over there too.
All right.
Can I immediately cast Spare the Dying?
Yeah. So you run over.
Can I continue to try to take off after Jared?
Sure. I forget if that was Jared or that was the apples, but that's okay.
One of the two. I'm sure I'd be able to tell the difference.
As Billy runs by me, I stick out my foot and I trip him.
Okay, I need you.
I will try to avoid.
I was gonna say, so let's just do a D20 versus a D20 roll here.
19.
Ooh, I got a 17.
All right, so you both rode pretty high, but Stalker is successful, and he does sort of knock you prone.
Is that dexterity or just straight up 20 versus 20?
20 versus 20.
Okay.
So you are knocked prone right on the other side of him, but you still see Jared right there. So, Tug, you cast Spare the Dying. So you see the old woman as you sort of lay your hands on her, and the white aura sort of emanates out from your hands, and she sort of rolls over, and you see her chest sort of raising and lowering, but her eyes are still closed.
Am I able to pick her up and take her with me back to where Billy and Stalker are at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you take her out here, yep.
I'm like, Billy fucking tried to kill her.
Hey, it's bad cop, bad cop. I'm trying to get answers out of Jared. He clearly knows what's going on here. Things get out of hand.
Just hold him down.
And Jared's going to get away. He knows what happened.
So Jared's over by the barrel shop at this point. He says, he cut her down in cold blood, man.
It's that bad cop routine.
I would have told you anything you wanted.
He was not ready to tell me. He knows what's going on.
No, I said I would tell him anything he wanted.
Oh, and that's what the lip I got was? I found out later he was a thief. He had stolen from this poor old lady here.
I've never stolen anything in my whole life.
Her of her life.
Can I just carry the old lady and Jared, like, I guess to the I don't even know. I don't even know what to do in this situation. Stalker, do you have any advice here?
No advice from Stalker.
Okay, so like,
he's in shock.
Sorry, I was on mute. So that I said we should take away all the sharp objects from Billy. Just for the moment.
I'd like to see how all of your interviews went. Should we jump to their interviews as this one?
Yes.
Kind of.
So we're gonna jump over to Ranger Steve here in the seedy alleyway between the barrel and the bauble shop. So Ranger Steve, you got two rather burly-looking fellows that look like they may have been like lumberjacks at Edgewood.
So, do you guys know anything at all prior to being in that barrel?
Well, you see, we were at the bar after a long day's work in the woods, and I don't know, somebody's maybe slipped us something, and next thing you know, wham, we're in a barrel.
What can you tell me about that mayor you got there? You know, we passed through that town. He seemed like an interesting guy.
Mayor? Like a horse?
Like the town, whatever he was.
Oh,
He had a name.
Commissioner Cassius Credo.
That guy.
Either one.
I mean, he keeps us running, keeps us together, keeps us going. He's sort of the beacon of light that we follow. Protects us from the outsiders, protects us from the forest, keeps the income of the lumber rolling, and we don't ask any questions.
How long do you think you were in those barrels?
Hard to say exactly, but maybe a week, around there.
Was there anything that was going to happen that week that you think of? Anything big coming up, or y'all just working?
We're about to go back out for another lumber run, but it was pretty average.
Anything like this happened before? I know that town's got some weird dealings with kids walking out of the forest, but any other big guys like yourselves go
Kids
missing?
disappearing is pretty common. There's a lot of them around. You know, John over here, he sort of elbows his buddy. He gets around, but he's probably got, I don't know. How many would you say, John? 7 kids? John sort of blushes a little bit and kind of turns away. He's like, yeah, John don't talk much, but yeah, I mean, people going missing, now that's a different story. Yeah, they go in the forest, they don't come back, but grown adults, you know, dwarves, half-elves, old women, I don't see why they'd take any of us, but here we are. What is this place anyway?
It's called Deetwood. It's a strange little town we kind of walked upon. You know, they only accept like wood chips and shit for anything. Yeah, we kind of just stumbled upon it and kind of figured it out. Heard you guys in those barrels.
And
got you out.
What are you guys doing here?
Well, we're kind of on a big, awesome mission in the forest, and this was just, you know, we kind of just stumbled upon this town. We kind of stopped in and maybe resupply, throw back some drinks, and it's just been a shit show ever since.
So, how deep in Lambros are we?
A couple days.
I'm surprised you're not dead.
You probably haven't heard about us. We're pretty cool. We saved this, we saved the Trident, saved a couple other, big towns. You probably heard about us.
I can't say that I have, but I not watch one for the news, so I cut my wood and I go home and I spend my money and do it all over again.
How do you guys cut that wood? I heard it's pretty tough to get through.
With our axes. Commissioner Cassius Credo, he blesses them, and by darn, they work. I was a little skeptical my first time out. Because everybody tries, of course. They tell you, oh, okay, cut down the wood. You go and, give it a shot. And sure enough, sure as shit, that stuff don't come down unless the Commissioner Cassius Credo blesses your cutlery there.
All right. Well, anything else you can think of?
I can't rightfully say who took us, but I did hear some murmurings. It was hard to tell through the barrels if it was more of the people in the barrels or the people taking us here, but it seemed to be an operation, and this was not the first time they were doing this. But they definitely didn't come from Edgewood. They're from somewhere else.
Did you hear any kind of languages or anything specific?
It was mumblings, scattered English, common, hard to say really. But they weren't all common, now that I think of it. Not all of their language I could understand.
All right. Well, there's some other survivors. You guys seem to be doing pretty good. I think some of them might have been there a while. There's a bar over there too. If y'all need to, take a little off. They only accept wood chips. Super weird. I ain't got any to give you, but
Yeah, we'll make do. We always do. Thank you for your kind words and getting us out of those barrels.
yeah, no problem.
So they
No,
head
that
over
went, really smooth. That's crazy. That wasn't how everybody reacted. Wow.
I mean, Ranger Steve, he had a lucky draw. He just had 2 grown adult men. You had a
He
teenager
didn't have the
and an old woman.
mastermind behind the whole operation.
I was hoping for some hot chicks and it didn't work out.
Jared.
I was like, be some hot elf girls, and he was like 2 burly guys. I'm like, damn it.
When you hear somebody named Jared, you just know he's behind this whole operation.
So, Stalker, the 2 sexy elves that you were going to talk to, they have seemed to run off. And they're long gone. They're out of the picture at this point. After they saw and heard the screams of what had transpired with the old woman and the teenager.
After somebody in our party butchered an old woman,
well,
they didn't stick around.
She's alive, but she's bleeding. She's stable, but she's hanging on. It's gonna be a tough recovery for a woman of her age.
Hey Billy, were you doing back cop or what?
It was back cop. Classic me.
Oh man, I think you went too far this time, Bill.
Jared was about to crack. That's this guy's name that ran away over there. He was about to give me everything that had happened. I learned so much information, and I was about to learn more. He's a thief. So I think he stole all these people, put them in barrels, and got caught himself.
And he just climbed in a barrel?
He just
put the lid on himself.
I don't know how these things shake out. I was just about to crack that whole mystery when all of a sudden... I had to go. He was giving me some lip. I had to go bad cop.
Billy.
Is this guy your friend? You can try and grapple Billy, but you're gonna have to put down the old woman.
Do I see him putting down the old woman and approaching me?
You do.
No.
Okay, great. No. Then I'm reaching towards my bag of bag of many things or whatever it is. No, that's not what it is.
The bag of your animals, your creatures.
I see everybody moving. I'm just going to whip out the bow. Just whip out the bow. Try and hold everybody down.
Yeah, I got my hand in my bag of tricks. So
just everybody shut the hell up.
I'm throwing out my bag of tricks.
There, your bow. I got it. So Ranger Steve, who are you pointing the bow at?
Mexican standoff.
I'm going to point it at Tug because I know the other Ranger.
Stalker.
Stalker.
He's
got him on the ground, or at least he's got.
Yeah, I got my foot on his back. I'm holding him on the ground.
Yeah, I've reached towards my bag of tricks.
Okay.
All right, Billy is he's gonna do something crazy, so don't be attacking him, Tug. I know how you are. Let's just figure it out. Is there anybody else in any barrels?
Everybody has been removed from the barrels.
All right, Billy, you tried to explain what happened. This guy over here, apparently you think he's kind of a sketchy guy.
As you say, this guy over here, you notice that he slowly was creeping away from the group, and he kind of stops and leans up against the wall like he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's Jared, the thief. He was he's busy stealing from the whole town of Edgewood, and he got caught. But he wasn't going to give me any information. He was about to give me a bunch of lip. I think him and the old woman together. And so I did bad cop routine like we worked on. And you know how it goes sometimes. You got to do what you got to do to get the information. And I'm pretty sure he's behind this whole thing. He was in Edgewood. He said some guys took him. He'd only been gone a week. It was the fall. But I don't know if that's the whole story. He was shady about it. I can't deal with that.
At this point, you're all together now, sort of corroborating your stories.
And I look at Billy and I go, that seems like an awful lot of story for a simple thing.
It's got to go pretty deep. I think it goes all the way up to Commissioner Cassius. It has the potential.
I mean, I think he's under a lot of this. No one can really. Everyone just believes him, whatever he says. I think that's a good possibility, but I think you're your thief isn't really behind this. He might be, but
well, I either got the most solid lead or I'm grasping at straws. One of the two here. You just never know.
Yes.
Well, I talked to the two dwarves. This could be the Blue Suns, if I remember that, if I'm calling them correctly. They were trying to capture people. I mean, we've already dealt with that once before. The dwarves were drunk late at night during the summertime at Dragon Scar. They know they were transported by wagon. They were taken together. They don't have a clue who took them.
So from the wall, you see Jared kind of approach closer. He's like, yeah, I remember now. They had these blue tattoos.
Oh, how convenient now that you remember information, Jared. It wasn't whenever I was questioning you peacefully.
You didn't ask me about any tattoos.
Oh, and you just thought you would withhold information, but now that somebody has a theory, you're going to pipe in to save your own skin? You're lucky I don't go bad cop again.
I say can it, Billy, and I press a little harder with my foot on him on the ground.
So I want to ask Josh, guys. Like you said they're from which location? Mine were just from Edgewood.
They told me that they were from Dragon Scar.
What were their names?
And I don't really know where that's at, but they said it was created because, now he doesn't believe this, but he said that the story behind it is that a dragon came down and burned a crater into the ground, and that's where their village is now, is in this crater.
This sounds like a fairy tale.
But another thing that I was...
Helm doesn't.
Oh, Helm's real. This sounds like a fairy tale.
Another thing I was thinking about is, aren't dragons really protective of, like, nature? And because we're looking for a green dragon, I mean, maybe he's irritated because of the people coming into the forest and chopping trees down. But I don't know how that...
Probably a different dragon. I think that's pretty far away.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Jared kind of comes again closer, and he says, when I was in Edgewood, I heard rumors of an emerald dragon in Lambros.
Jared, you're not being helpful.
Who was telling you about this, Jared?
What?
You said you heard rumors. What were the rumors? That it was here? People had seen him?
The Emerald Dragon? Yeah, I mean, I always heard there was one, but I don't know. I'd never seen it, of course. I hadn't even been in the forest. Wasn't old enough to be a lumber worker, and still was kind of a kid, but...
Yeah, you're a half-elf. How old are you? Tell us the truth.
I don't know my age, man. I'm a stray.
How would the dragon relate to the Blue Suns? You said you remember seeing tattoos. Was there many of these men in the town before you went missing, or do you just kind of remember men with tattoos grabbing you?
I mean, there's people that come and go out of Edgewood occasionally. We don't get visitors all the time, and we don't let everybody in, but I don't know. They looked kind of forgettable, honestly. Just average, scummy-looking guys.
Hey, does the name Fievel, does that ring any bells?
No.
I think he was going west. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, that's that.
Nah,
Jared, how
nothing
many
like that.
other things of food have you stolen?
Enough to survive.
Things of food, you mean like bread?
Bread, apples,
The rest of us would call those bread.
bits of
bread.
meat,
The person who
cheese.
Children.
The person who cut down an old lady and probably killed that guy in the barrel in the corner is asking me about stealing bread? Is this guy really your friend, or is he like you guys have him as a captive?
We're evaluating that at the moment.
Yeah.
I do think to myself, it does appear that Bad Cop has convinced Jared to spill all of his secrets. So, success. He is petrified.
Let's get something straight. You didn't tell me to do that. I just did it on my own.
I never told you to steal any bread. That's right. You did do that on your own.
I was talking about the information, but whatever. Look, you guys can handle your stuff. I'm gonna go unless you need anything else from me, because honestly, I don't feel very safe around you.
Okay, go in peace.
Do you you think you can take this old lady with you by chance?
Sure.
It sounds like you owe her a little.
Should I take her?
Bye, Jared.
Yeah. Here you go, buddy.
See ya, whatever your name is.
Brady.
Thanks, the rest of you.
Oh, by the way, I don't know anything. Never mind. I was gonna say he could go in and I was gonna try to go in to fight those people that were in there, but I haven't been, so I can't have him do that. It would have been pretty funny though.
They just sort of wander around. They don't know where exactly to go, but they go to the inn over here.
Cemetery.
Yes, the cemetery. So now it's just you guys and a barrel of apples.
So did anybody else? Was everyone else's interviewed the people you talked to?
I interviewed them. I don't think that they're a good fit for the group.
Was everyone from Edgewood besides Tugs?
Yep, had a couple of lumberjack guys. They're from Edgewood.
Yeah, I just met the teenager, so he was from Edgewood as well.
So the only two guys that weren't from Edgewood were the dwarves, and they were from, what was it, Dragon Scar? Is that what it was called? Something like that?
Yeah. Well, and the two sexy elves that ran away.
Yeah, you don't know where the sexy elves were from. Well, as you guys are...
Should we light all the barrels on fire as a good farewell?
As you guys are debating burning the barrels, you hear a bell, roughly from the area of the church, and your little companion that greeted you earlier and sort of decreed what you guys were saying in the town runs up and says, "Hello!
Hi.
Hello.
Praising Helm is beginning.
Oh, yes. Praise be unto Helm.
Would you lead our sermon?"
I would be honored.
Wonderful.
Guys, if you guys would like to come and praise Helm, you guys can come and do so.
I'm good.
This is a town that worships Helm.
I don't know.
That's okay. I'm
up. I don't know if we've let you up yet.
I was gonna say I'm gonna say, look, I'll let you up, but I'm not following anybody who lets you do that.
We've doubled our followers since last.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is great news.
Almost all of Deetwood is attending. Will the rest of you not join us?
No. I want to go because I hope he takes the bloody axe with him, and maybe he can get a crowd volunteer to demonstrate his bad cop.
Hey Tug, you've got that bag that can hold lots of shit, right?
I might.
I found a barrel full of
apples,
iron,
Snakes.
Children,
full of iron. I'm gonna toss as much as I can into that bag.
Iron snakes.
You're asking me to carry a bag full of iron around for you.
Well, it's in that big bag where you don't feel any weight or nothing. Remember those big, key pieces we have? I just figured we could use it for weapons or something someday. Maybe Tyrell could use it, with his hand.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a bunch of iron, so I figure we might be able to use it sometime. And you got a bag that can hold lots of stuff that doesn't weigh you down.
All right. Well, you guys, it'll probably take you a little bit of time to empty the barrel completely of all the iron ore. But yeah, you guys...
And then we can skip Helm's thing, too.
So you guys immediately get to work on that.
I guess, Tug, since it's in your bag of holding, if you put 1 barrel of iron ore in your inventory.
Okay.
But I didn't need Tyrell to remind me that I had blood on my axe. I very well knew that I had blood on my axe, and I was going to wipe it off on the grass.
So the companion that met you seems to be sort of like jumping up and down in place rather fidgetingly, and is like, we must go.
Okay, yeah. And so I finished wiping off my axe and put it on my back with my other items that I have, and I head off to Price Helm.
All right, you guys head over to the church.
I think I'm going to use this opportunity to say good evening and head off to finish that other thing I got to take care of.
All right, you run off after the 2 sexy elves, and we don't know the fate of you for this moment. So that just leaves you, Tyrell.
Yeah, I want to follow.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, no problem.
See ya.
And you were going to follow Billy?
Keep on.
All right, you sort of go in, and you notice right on the other side of the pew is the woman and child.
Oh, Finn and Mummy.
Yes, you never asked her name.
Yeah, it's just.
Do you call out to her, say, hey, Mommy?
No.
Okay.
I'm just standing in the back, and I make awkward eye contact once or twice.
Yep, they see you, and they acknowledge you are there, and they suddenly realize maybe you want them to, think that you're not there, so they just turn away.
Good, okay.
But, yeah, the crowd sort of files in. It does appear to be almost all of Deetwood. And they sort of sit down quietly. There's some murmurings, chatter amongst the citizens of Deetwood. So they're just sort of waiting for a procession to be called.
Good afternoon here, church. I see that our numbers have grown. Praise be unto him. There are some new faces here in the crowd that we have today. Not only the citizens of Deepwood, but one of my own brethren has joined us here in the crowd in the back. Everyone say hello, Tyrell.
Hello, Tyrell.
Oh, hello, Tyrell. Hello.
Crouch
Welcome.
down behind as far as they can.
Was that good?
That was a great animation. Oh my gosh. That was really funny.
Truly.
Now I see that we have grown, and it's time for us not also to grow in numbers, but however to grow in spirit and in heart and in salvation unto him who lives in us, so that way we may live in our afterlife. Pray, everybody, put your hands in the air.
Hallelujah.
So all the
Give me
hands
a-
sort of raised in the air.
Everybody say, praise him.
Praise him.
Ooh, glory, 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 glory. I feel the anointing here today, church. Now, who among you have been praising him while we have been away?
Oh, praise him. Praise him.
You hear some praisings, and then you hear a familiar voice shout out from the crowd. And you say, I've been praising Helm. And you sort of peer over to see the old woman from before in the doorway. And the old woman sort of stares right at you, Billy. Her dead, cold barrel eyes. She says, Helm's a lie. You're all being fooled.
Now here, church. Now what truth has been spoken upon you, the citizens of Deetwood, here in the Church of Helm previously? Did you not before bring an offering unto Helm? And I said, look upon it, and you shall find some more. You have sown a seed. Now each one of you here in the church, look under your seats and tell me what seed has started to plant and sprout.
So as the group sort of reaches under their seats, there's like shock and awe and gasps as they pull out wood chips, and they all sort of gladly talk amongst each other, and the chitter chatter is positive, and they're excited to receive something tangible in return. And from
that is a gift for you here today. That is from your faith in him. Now, we have here a denier of him, one who has publicly
Would you deny the cuts on my leg? The ones that you gave me?
She is but a devil, a deceiver, an anti-helm, demon witch, and she must be burned. By glory power I have received, we know that she must be atoned for her crimes by burning to death.
You're not all taking this seriously, right? You're not going to burn me at the stake, are you?
And the crowd, some of them are already standing and looking at the old woman at the door.
Now, you might be wondering, is this a little too far? Am I actually a servant of hell? Did this persecution that we might have here today is it justified? And I tell you the truth here. Now listen to me. It is. And I received it directly from Ham. And I am going to pray right now for an image.
I have to get out of here.
So she slowly turns and hobbles
towards
the door.
Don't let her go yet. We are holding her in contempt.
So they catch her right at the door, and they sort of turn and ask where you want her. Where do you want us to bring her?
Hold her there. I'm going to pray now. Church, for an image to appear, a supernatural image to appear. I have this power within me to pray that comes from him. And so I am praying for an image, and it will tell us what to do. And so, Christian, I am going to cast a spell.
Okay. What spell are you casting?
I'm going to cast Silent Image, and it's going to be of the woman burning.
All right. So, yeah. Visible phenomenon that is larger than 15-foot cube. Appearing spot with range. Lasts for duration. Yeah.
I'll just have it appear on the other side of the, the stand up there. So.
Sure. So, do you have them bring the old woman up before you do that?
No, they're just I assume they're just holding her there in the back. I just want it to be seen in front of the whole audience, and I'm gonna have my head down, concentrating on my silent image, but praying to him in concentration for the silent image.
Okay. Yeah, you're doing that. So
yeah,
you're casting the image of the old woman burning on the stage behind you. Okay. Yes. So as you have your head down in focus, and all of the people sort of look up to this bright glow of what could only be the fire that you've described, as the old woman that they just saw at the door is being burned alive at the stake on the stage behind you. It's like an eerie thing, and they know it's not right because they can't feel the heat of the flames, but it's very much in front of them.
You see now, church, that image had been put into my mind because she is a demon. She is a devil woman that has appeared in this town. Who here has seen her before today?
Everybody
I see not a hand.
Sort of looks around. Yeah, no one.
I see not a hand. She is but a devil woman here because the Church of Helm here has been established. She has come to take the church down, and I tell you, Helm will not stand for that injustice. Is he not the one who stares into our souls, into our hearts, and judges by the law which he has set?
So you hear hallelujahs, but then as hallelujahs ring out, you hear the doors open, and who is standing there but Jared? He says, "That man's a liar. This woman did nothing."
I see there is her accomplice, known thief.
I would put my life on the line for this woman. I challenge you to trial by combat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do you hear that, church? Now, he challenged me to trial by combat to save the witch.
So he pulls out what looks like a pretty generic looking dagger. He says, "Fight me here right now."
Let's pray to Helm now for an answer whether or not I shall accept this challenge. Lord Helm, thank you for today. You give me the power of your sight. You told me that a witch would appear, and there she appeared. You told us, the church, that we would multiply if we sowed seeds of faith. Look how many people are here today. Praise be unto you. Look at the gifts that they had received after sowing the seed of money, wealth. Had they not received in return money and wealth underneath their chairs, a seed that is planted and sown and has now been ready to reap and harvest. And now we have before us two deceivers, Almighty God.
Is that a yes or a no?
And they are about to get the almighty firing hand of this big old bitch slapped to the face.
It was so poetic.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of True Blood. Like this is the Church of the Sun right now.
I've never seen that, but yes, I understand, Helm. You want me to accept this challenge and to kill him, but however, I do not just fight alone. I'll fight with the power of Helm, because it is not me who has been challenged, but it is the power within me that has been challenged, which is that of Helm. And so now, we, the Church of Helm, have accepted your challenge, and we shall fight you. So I am ordering now the people of the church to rise up and fight.
I don't want to fight any of you. I want to fight him.
Attack!
No. They immediately sort of swarm Jared. Jared takes like hesitant swings at some of them because he doesn't want to hurt these people, but he takes.
As he's doing that, I want to run up to him and try to hack him with my axe.
All right. So
you said Jared, and I thought you were talking about Tyrell, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, Tyrell. All this stuff. Oh my gosh.
So.
Oh my god.
I need Tyrell. I need Billy, and I'm gonna add Jared in the crowd.
An unnatural 20 for my attack.
For initiative. well, we're gonna roll initiative first, and then we're gonna get the.
Oh, okay. Well, then my initiative roll is 19.
You're natural.
Okay. So I'll just use that same roll. It's a 19.
So Billy is at 19. Jared, what did you get for your initiative roll?
17.
17? Okay.
What is the Church of Helm roll?
the Church of Helm rolled a 15.
They attack as one.
And Jared rolled an 11.
So he gets to go last.
So Billy, you are up first. You have vaulted off of the pedestal, run down the aisle.
No lie, I just came off and I rolled another unnatural 20. So I rolled another 19, but I get my +1.
You land, so roll damage.
Awesome. And
I wanted you to roll a 1.
I get a total of 5 damage.
All right, you hack him right in his calf, and you can see he kind of goes down to one knee. He's like, ah! As he hits the ground, and people topple even more onto him, pressing down. Sort of now they're holding him for you, making sure he doesn't go anywhere. You got one more action before it's gonna be Tyrell's turn.
Can I take another hit, or would that be, or does it have to be a minor action?
Let's have this be a minor action because you've already moved and attacked. So.
Church, I'm gonna do vicious mockery at Jerry.
Okay.
You deceiver demon child, you shall now die for your sins. And so I did my vicious mockery. So when you roll, Christian, you have to roll a 1d6 and subtract that from your score.
Gotcha. All right, Tyrell.
Or sorry, that's not vicious mockery. That's cutting words.
Cutting words.
Vicious mockery is a spell that I have. So.
Cutting words. Got it. Tyrell, you are up off the floor. What you want to do? You've watched this madness unfold.
man. God.
Welcome to church.
Hasn't changed.
It's like inviting your friend to your church, and they find out that it was not free.
Yeah, I there's not really anything I can think of to what I would want to help, so I wanted to get out of there because my main intent here was just to watch, so that if he tried to embellish anything, that we would know if he was lying. But at this point, it doesn't matter.
All right. So as you head for the door, the old woman in the arms of both the men and Jared, who kind of looks back at you, you sort of make eye contact with both of them, and then bolt out the door.
I hope he comes back to church next week.
So the church, it is now their turn. They sort of take Jared by the arms and legs, and they sort of pull him to where he's just now sort of spread out in front of you. So they have him standing upright, and they have his, wrists and ankles bound. So he's just helplessly standing in front of you. It is going to be Jared's turn, and Jared is going to try and use his knife.
Don't forget to take 1d6 away from your roll.
Right. Oh, wow. So, essentially negative. So he has the knife stripped from him, and he immediately knows that he's at the mercy of the church and Billy. He just sort of
stab him in the heart with my knife.
He just sort of turns to you first, and he says, "Just spare the woman. Just spare the old lady. She didn't do anything wrong."
Spare the demon. Stabbed him right in the heart.
All right, no problem stabbing him in the heart because he is thoroughly grappled. You sort of push the poison blade in nice and slow, and you see him sort of struggle as the knife is entering his chest and then just goes limp in the arms of your church followers. Immediately, as the knife sort of finishes the job and the body goes limp, the blood sort of pours onto the ground in front of you, and the bell of the church starts ringing on its own. It starts to take on this tone, not as if someone has struck it or it's moving, but it's somehow vibrating at an enormous frequency, that it's sort of growing into this high-pitched whine, and it's starting to hurt. You can see some of the people in the church are starting to have to cover their ears because
that is the thunderous applause of Helm. Be calm, church.
Right as you say Helm, the church bell just shatters, and the shards of the church bell rain down into the church, and you see it hit people, and it cuts some of the people. The chunks of the bell are rather large. Some people fall to the floor. There's more blood on the ground now, and people are starting to sort of scatter. The people holding Jared sort of drop him.
She's a demon witch. Hold her tight.
The men holding the old woman sort of remain with their grip and the old woman, but people are starting to file out of the church now.
I'm gonna try to go stab her to stop her from breaking our bell more.
Well, it's already completely shattered, but
I don't want any more shattering to happen. I'm gonna stab her.
You go up and you stab the old woman in the chest.
Okay, good.
She goes limp just like Jared before, and everyone has now fled the church, aside from the two men that are standing on either side of the dead woman. So you have two corpses at your feet, and...
Okay, good. I look at both of them and say, "Praise be to Helm. We have stopped the demons from attacking."
They sort of look at each other and look at you, and they just kind of nod their heads.
Okay. Yeah, we'll, maybe reconvene in a full week's worth of time. It's uncommon for us to have a session, a normal service back-to-back days for the Church of Helm, but we'll reconvene at a later time.
Okay.
How's that sound? We'll work on getting that bell back up, guys. That'll be good.
They sort of nod, and as soon as they leave the church building, they sort of open the doors. You see them step out. They take about 2 steps out, and they're in the courtyard. There's a deafening thunderclap, a blinding light as lightning strikes the earth where both of those men stood. You see both of them sort of through the flashes of the lightning as you kind of put your hands up to protect yourself. There's just the high-pitched whine of your hearing that's left from the thunder being so loud. And after everything has sort of calmed down visually, you manage to open your eyes and you see just a black lightning bolt stain on the 2 places where the men stood. Tyrell, you were outside and far enough distance away to not take any damage, but you were knocked prone just from the sheer force of the lightning that came down and struck these 2 men.
Yeah, I'll just walk outside and I guess go to that spot. Does anything happen?
Okay.
I was like, that's bold. Like,
That's fine. Does anything happen?
no, we need you alive.
So as soon as you step out, Billy, I need you to make a saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. Dexterity?
So this is, yes, dexterity saving.
Okay, so I get a total of 16.
Actually, sorry, this is survival, which is wisdom. This is survival.
Okay. So I get a total of a 13.
Okay. So. 1, 2. All right. I'm going to have to roll quite a few dice, but I will let you know. So you managed to take half damage. So let me do the math real quick.
Was I struck by a bolt of lightning?
Yes, the same exact flash of lightning comes down and another thunderous boom. This time you could feel it, you know, it's so quick you almost didn't even feel it, but because you resisted half of this, you know, you're still conscious of what's going on. You didn't immediately just get incinerated.
You wouldn't think lightning would strike twice in the same spot, but
or 3 times even.
It sounds like I've awoken
Benjamin
Button.
Okay. You take 27 damage.
Ooh, buddy, let's check how much I have. Okay, I'm still good.
And that is half.
That really hurts. It really hurts. I'm gonna. Am I knocked prone? Am I unconscious at this point?
You are knocked prone, but you remain conscious.
Can I try to run towards the room with all the beds?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll go there.
Okie dokie. So you run.
Was I smited?
You got struck by lightning. You don't know if it's a freak accident of nature or maybe it had something to do with the sacrifice of 2 people in a church. You don't really know.
They weren't sacrificed. Those guys were demons.
Yeah. Whatever you did in there, you don't know if it's related or not. It's totally up to you for interpretation and the people of Deetwood. But
I'm gonna go lay down for a minute.
Okay.
Kind of collect myself. We'll go to the other people who have now heard all
Sure.
this.
Across the way, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so you guys had just finished putting all the iron ore into Josh's Tug's bag of holding. You sort of run over to Tyrell, and you're like, what just happened?
Hey, guys. Yeah, the time got knocked over. Actually, can I talk to you guys privately?
So you guys just kind of move around the side of the building to a more private area.
Do we not see dead woman and Jared?
So you see the 2 like still smoking scorch marks outside of the church, and you do see, people fleeing from the building and to what you would assume are the corpses of the people you ran into earlier in the building. But, Tyrell kind of pulls you off to the side and says, we need to talk.
Okay. And then I think Kobe should actually drop off for a second so that he's since he's away.
All right, Kobe, if you would, I guess, Ranger Steve is gone. He said be right back.
Oh, dang. Oh, wait.
Hey,
wait.
somebody just text me whenever I need to be back in.
Okay, we can do that.
All right.
You can just leave the chat, too, if that works, and I'll text you when you come back. He's already gone, probably.
How about we don't text him?
Ever? Just...
Yeah, you're done. You just don't invite him back. Let's make a different Discord and everything.
I really need a stalker for this too. I think we'll be okay. We'll have to fill him in.
I mean, guys have a pretty big decision here because he incited violence, I guess. Murdered a teenager and an old woman.
Are we? I want to hear this from Jared. So
yeah,
Tyrell,
I'm out of this conversation, but I guess if you and Tug want to have a conversation, and Ranger Steve can kind of jump in, I guess, when he gets back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize Cameron was still gone.
No, it's okay. I don't think I don't know where he's at. Maybe he's just in the bathroom, so.
He had to take a big one. He texted me. He's like, dude.
He picked a real good time.
Didn't see this happening tonight.
I mean, I'm sure Kobe is just done with his character. He's told us 1,000 times how he wants his character to die.
Yeah, he's already got. Yeah, he does have plans rather. I don't know. I wanted to play out correctly, but I am legitimately scared of what could happen to all of us.
I have legitimately been sitting here all evening trying to weigh the consequences of smiting him myself. Is Billy? What could be worse than Billy? Could it really be worse than Billy? And then I'm like, man, it's Kobe. It could totally be worse. But are we going to stand by and let this type of actions?
That's where I'm stuck. In there, I mostly just wanted to watch. I had no anticipation that it was going to.
I never saw this coming. I thought this would just be another. He's going to get up there and talk and say a bunch of stuff, and it would probably be pretty funny. Maybe something radical would have been said about Jared, but this, never did not see.
No. I fully expected him to take the one-on-one fight, or the fight to the death thing, and he'd win. But I did, in secret, I gave the Jared character, I made his dagger magical to give him a slight boost, just to help.
You want...
Yeah, I thought maybe, off some crazy chance that it was a die roll against each other and he needed one extra, that maybe that's how he would kill him, and it would be totally in secret, and it just happened.
No, that was a good play. If he wouldn't have had them immediately apprehend him.
Yeah. Well, then he pulls the whole church.
I mean, I didn't expect him, but that was a smart move on his part, because I expected him to just go one-on-one, but yeah, of course he's going to use the people, so that's great.
Yeah. A coward. He's going to hide behind people like a coward.
He's building a very successful cult already, and it's scary.
Jared, you broke up. I can't hear you.
No, I was just saying he's built a successful cult already, and it's not good. So, Ranger Steve, I see that you've regained consciousness.
Let's not go damning people for having followers just yet.
I mean, it's fine to have followers.
So, to catch you up, Ranger Steve, Tyrell had magically enhanced the weapon of Jared when they were going to do the one-on-one combat in stealth, and succeeded. But then obviously things unfolded, and the conversation they are having right now is what to do with Billy. Billy is not in the party. He's waiting on me to text him to come back. So,
Tyrell, so why are we pulled aside here? And what's with the smoking?
Yeah, Billy's
got ground and the bodies in the church.
Yep. He killed the kid and the elderly lady with the assistance of his cult following. I attempted the main thing was, yes, the Jared character asked to do a one-on-one fight to the death with Billy, and I thought on an off chance maybe this is a way to get rid of him, enhanced Jared's weapon with magic, but that didn't matter because the entire crowd turned against he and Billy went ahead and murdered both of them. And at this point, I think all of his talk and everything has gone too far, and we need to decide on a plan of how to. We got to be careful about it, because at this point, I mean, I don't know if these people are going to try to follow outside of this location. I mean, maybe if we just get out of here, we'll be okay. I don't know, but he's becoming very dangerous for the group.
Has he? So did he burn the ground? What?
No. That was I'm assuming some kind of spiritual or otherworldly concoction of those the people who enforced the two murdered inside the church. So because they were accomplices, I'm sure that's why they were struck down immediately. And so then Billy was also struck, and he was within maybe not super close to death, but he went to lay down. So
Billy has brought the rage of gods down upon him.
It appears so.
So we either continue with him in our party and take the risk of being smited by higher powers, or we have to kill him ourselves.
Well, I think we just need to talk to him. Maybe just let him know he's going a little too far with this.
Murder? You think we need to sit down and have a conversation with him about murder?
Yeah. Some of these people I've come across that have just been up in arms about their religion. They start believing things. They start putting their lives into hands that make no sense. But I think, he's been around this long. We've had him this long. This is, I'm not going to call it strike one, but.
So how many strikes?
You can call it as literal as you want.
I vote we kill him.
I think we need him in our group, but just let me have a chat with him.
Tyrell, where do you stand?
Yeah, I'm open to the idea, but what's the chat gonna go like? What do you think?
Well, I think we've had a bit of a relationship, throughout our time together. So, I think maybe I can reason with him a little bit, maybe pull back the reins. We can kind of just put this little Deetwood town in our rearview mirror. And just,
if you let me kill Billy, I'll give you 50 gold pieces for the magical box.
I mean, no, I don't think we need to kill him. I think we need to keep him around.
The gods have tried to smite him.
But like if he continues, the gods will probably also continue to smite him. And if he was this close to being within death this time, he may not get so lucky next time.
Well, then that's up to him and his fake gods, I suppose.
I mean, there's something out there.
Yeah, and so whatever they are, attacked when he did something ridiculous like this. So if he starts to go off again, we just let him be. Let him get smote.
Maybe.
I'm I hate to leave it up to too much chance. I think there's a solid middle between both of you, and I think it's let's set a boundary. And when he gets
no, let's avoid letting him preach at a church. I think we initially stopped him from attacking this guy, and we could have just got him drunk and never let it happen, but we let him then teach his false prophets into a group of people. So maybe we avoid that situation in the future.
I am going to say we don't kill him this time, but I think that this is the final. I think this is it. Like, I think, guys, if this behavior continues, it's time. I think we're done with it.
Yeah, and that's where I think the conversation needs that, like, to Ranger's point, is that we need to tell him, like, hey, like, this is not good for, your self-name Electric Boogaloo 2. We had another name, but that one took over, and
I think that, like, yeah, maybe we need to try to talk to him in standards he understands and make this he's hurting the group. It's the whole.
Okay. So let's all have a point that we say, so he knows that we're all very
well,
serious.
I don't think Tug, you and him get along too well. I don't think he's just gonna come across thinking you might attack him. So let me go talk to him by myself.
No, this is
you can stand over. You can hear everything I say. I promise. You can hear everything I say. I'm not going to try and convince him to attack you or kill you or anything. I'm just saying.
This is a group.
He doesn't trust you.
Can I get you guys to each make a perception roll? D20.
What?
I need you guys to make a perception roll. D20.
I got a 50. Oh, 17.
3.
What'd you get, Tug?
16.
Okay. None of you notice anything. Go on.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it should be a group thing. It should be a, hey, pal.
Yeah, this isn't a one. We're done with the one-on-one conversations. This is a group. I'll give you my word. I'm not gonna just go crazy and try to kill him. I'm on board with you. We need to talk to him. We need to see if we can get him reined in, and we need to make it clear that this is kind of like the last straw. Like, he went too far. Like, we can't have this. There's no reason for a one-on-one talk. This needs to be a group effort.
All right.
I'm happy to let you lead it, since I think.
So you want me to text him to come back? Yeah.
Ranger, you're the closest one with him. It would probably be
better.
better.
That's why I don't understand.
He's coming back. I texted him.
Okay.
We've only got about 30-ish minutes left, so. All right. So, Billy, you're still over in the whatchamacallit, hostel. The other 3 companions are outside. The town has sort of returned to their homes and other activities away from the church after such an exciting day.
Yeah, I think I'll head back. I'll head back out, and I want to go back and look at, where I had my lightning trial of justification and sanctification at. So.
Okay. When you step outside, I need you to make a perception check.
I thought it was going to be another saving check.
You can never go in a building ever again.
Or he can just not stay outside.
Perception is wisdom?
Perception is wisdom, yes.
So total with perception. Oh, I get quite a bit on this one. So total 19.
Okay. So the leaves falling from the tree, you've noticed that they've obviously been falling the entire time. It's like a constant state. It's almost like rain or something. You've kind of put it out of your mind until now. But walking around the town, you notice that people have leaves like stuck to them. Like everyone has leaves stuck to them. It's just something you've noticed. You don't, know anything beyond that. But you kind of look on yourself for a leaf, and you notice a couple leaves stuck on you as well.
Oh, I don't like that. That sounds tacky. I'm going to take those off.
All right, so you sort of take the leaves off, and immediately there's kind of like a fog that's lifted from you. You weren't like super out of it when you had the leaves on, but you didn't really notice everything. The world just seems a little bit more in detail and in focus now. So as you're coming back to
Do
the
I know
church,
something new about the town?
yeah, as you're coming back to the church, you notice that the two men that helped you murder the old woman are sitting on one bench here and the other here, and
You
they're just
mean,
kind of sitting.
sacrifice.
Yeah, they're just sitting there with sort of a dazed look on their face, and you kind of peer inside the church, and you see Jared and the old woman sitting on the pews, who were there throwing the pews around, and they are not dead. They're just also in a bit of a haze. And then you kind of look over to your companions, and they, see that you're there, and they sort of turn to you.
Oh, hey, Tyrell, how was your first service? Thank you for coming.
It started out all right.
It was a typical service.
What made it so difficult?
Typical. It's just a normal service, man. That's you'll see that any given service time, Church of Helm. So, what'd you think? You believer now?
Why is he?
Because he's talking. I was just trying to make a move while he talked.
Jesus.
As you guys can see here on the ground, this is where Helm struck me with lightning. This is my trial of justification and sanctification. Only the elite followers of Helm can pass. I myself have passed.
You're looking a little crispy, buddy.
And that's part of the passing. Well, just to let you guys know, while I was in prayer and while we had service, Helm also revealed to me that there's something with the leaves in the town, and if you guys look, you guys have leaves stuck to you. If you take them off, you'll see that maybe a bit of a daze gets lifted from your eyes. So says the Lord Helm.
All right, I'm gonna take the leaves off.
So Ranger Steve, with the help of Billy, you kind of locate about 3 leaves on you, and you manage to peel them off. Tyrell, do you want to have Billy assist you as well?
I guess.
I want
After Ranger do it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll help Tyrell. He's a new follower. So.
Can I keep one of them?
Does he shudder at your touch?
So Tyrell, you're gonna keep one leaf secret from Billy, but he helps you take all the others off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys take all the leaves that you had on you, and you sort of look around the town, and you notice that all of its citizens appear to be in somewhat of a daze. They're still walking around, but they're not walking around with the same kind of purpose that they were just a minute ago. Everybody seems to be kind of like zombified in a way. They're not, they still look like people, flesh and blood, breathing humanoids, but they look to be like drugged with something almost.
See, I told you guys, Helm will help your eyes and help you stare into what's actually. And so that's why he let me know to lift these leaves out.
Okay, well, this is getting super weird.
Because it's true.
You guys just want to bounce, get a road beer?
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly okay. I think this church has everything established here. We could bounce.
Yeah. Yep. I think we need to take a walk there, Bill. Kind of discuss the future of Electric Boogaloo 2.
I like
that. Are we all thinking about converting?
Something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Tug, what do you think?
I think we need to take a walk, buddy.
Is everything okay, guys?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean...
Tyrell?
This town's been pretty interesting. I think we figured out lots of stuff. Some things were done.
Tyrell, the person who greeted you comes up to you and says, "The Emerald Dragon is on its way."
Jesus.
So to the rest of the group, you guys just sort of hear this like mumbling conversation between Tyrell and the, I guess, town idiot. Or
Good thing you left that leaf on. Nice job.
He'll be here by tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
What are you going to do about it?
No other questions? I mean,
Well, I mean, what's gonna happen? Dragon gets here.
He's going to kill us.
Oh.
well, we just need to find
What
a player.
did
We
you think would happen?
Has he ever come here before?
No, he's never had a reason.
Did he call? Like, how do you know he's on his way?
He just burnt the building.
and you look over to your left, and the building that none of you had been in before with the rock is just ablaze with dragon fire.
Didn't even see that building.
We'll be here for a day.
So, Billy, you, Ranger Steve, and Tug, you sort of see Tyrell sort of lazily look over at the building with the rock in it, and you notice the building is a lot more run down than you noticed before. And a lot of the buildings, all of the buildings, are very run down. Like, these do not look like the people that are walking around the town are living in them. They're not occupying these. I mean, they're in the buildings, but they're not in any sort of state that a conscious human being would allow them to be in.
Do you guys think maybe we're in the dragon's lair here, or very close? This, this town's not what it seems to be. Helm has opened up my eyes to help see that.
Tyrell, you must rally your friends and get them to fight the dragon. Did you yourself not say you were here to fight the Emerald Dragon?
I didn't know. Yeah, kind of.
You're the only one who can save us.
Why is that?
We must prepare for the dragon.
Do I notice, is he zombie-ish as well? Or
Nope.
Nope.
Do I think everyone else looks zombie-ish?
No, everybody looks fine.
Okay, cool.
We look hyper focused. Me, Cameron, and
No,
Tug. Me,
to
Steve,
to
Tug.
you, Tyrell, Billy, Ranger Steve, and Tug look kind of weird right now, like kind of in a daze. You're not sure why, but when you talk to them, they sort of mumble, and you can't make out all their words.
I guess since I know I left the one leaf, have these all been falling from the one big tree?
Yep.
Can I ask him, like, what kind of tree is this?
It's the great tree. It's been here longer than I can remember.
It's always been here.
Do you know anything about it, like magical properties?
It provides shade and nourishment, but I can't say we use it for much.
Yeah. How long has the civilization been here?
I would say a good century. I'm not quite certain.
Yeah, you're not even quite sure. Yeah, do you remember a year? Like, I'm not here. Okay.
They all
man.
sort of blend together. I don't really recall.
Totally. That makes perfect sense. I think I have everything I need.
To kill the green emerald dragon?
I mean,
Excellent. I will get the rest of the people. If you stand on the speaking stone and say it so, we will unify against the emerald dragon. We may stand a chance.
that sounds great. Hey, one last question. You usually talk to Billy. Like, do you see Billy around?
That sluggish-looking creature over there?
I mean, nail on the head.
Not the size of a snail. Yeah.
I see him. What about it?
That's not Billy though.
Oh, the snail on the ground is... I mean, I know your companion, Billy. Yes, he came here. He changed us and gave us a wonderful name of Deetwood, I believe.
Yeah.
Introduced the religion of Helm.
But like, I should go find him, right? Like,
I mean, he's right here across from you.
You should go find him. We're in a circle. I love it.
Him not having beliefs makes him not understand that that's him.
That is Billy. Yes, I understand, of course. And that there is your ranger friend, and the other one with the lobster get up.
They look funny.
Yes, but I myself am quite funny, so I am not one to judge.
Different funny, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll work on it. Has it been a day yet? We may be screwed. We've been talking a while. Anything else?
I know I'm not great with time, but it hasn't been a day yet.
Okay.
You guys had a 5-minute conversation. Oh, look at the time. A full day's passed.
I will gather the people. So he sort of
funny.
stands on top of the speaking stone and calls out to the town, "People of Deetwood, Tyrell is going to lead us against the Emerald Dragon. Gather round. He will be ready for his speech at some point. He did not specify when, but if we all stand here and wait, he is bound to give us his wisdom." So a congregation of people begins to gather, but you're off to the side. They're kind of listening to the decree of the person who we haven't given a name, but is an essential character to what's going on.
Okay.
So Tyrell, you're gonna fight the Green Emerald Dragon.
We can't understand him, right?
So he's just sort of mumbling, like when he was speaking to the little man. He was just mumbling back and forth. So you're picking up about half the words he's putting out, and vice versa, Tyrell. So you guys are kind of.
Did we hear his announcement?
You saw him sort of lazily like climb up there like a ragdoll, and sort of mumble a little bit more loudly. You got something Emerald Dragon Tyrell, but that was about it.
Okay, guys. So I'm being asked to publicly speak here, and I'm not.
Tyrell, what are you saying? Quit mumbling.
So you heard speak and hear.
I wonder, do I know if I take this sleeve off if I have to get more on me, or can I put this one in my pocket?
You don't know.
Or ground. I think at this point it's fine. I'll go ahead and take that other leaf off so I can talk to the crew.
All right, you take the leaf off, and you come into sort of a better focus. Kind of look around, notice that the town is really run down, more so than you noticed before, and all the citizens seem kind of lethargic, but they don't seem to be in any harm. You look over, and just the two people you watched get struck by lightning and incinerated are just sort of sitting there on the benches, and you sort of peer inside the church and see the Jared and the old woman, and you have this moment of was that all real? And you go in and you see the magic dagger on the ground, and you kind of pick up the magic dagger you imbued, and it is the same dagger. So whatever happened, but for some reason these people, the ones you thought were dead, are no longer.
So I think we should still do that walk and have our talk. I think this is why it's good. This feels kind of purgatory-ish. Let's take the walk. Let's go. And then I'm on. I need to go up to the stone.
All right. So you're not gonna converse with any of the group about what's going on. You just go straight up to the stone.
So
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. So you're.
No, the walk is the walk with the group.
Oh, well, you said walk up to the stone. Which stone?
We need to take the walk with the group, and then I'll go up to the
Oh, okay. So where do you guys want to have this walk?
We're just gonna walk in circle.
So you're just gonna walk around the great tree, essentially.
I don't know if anybody can understand us. These guys look like zombies.
Yeah, so it's just you four that seem to be in communication.
Totally.
Everybody else is a little dazed.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you guys will just pretend that you're going around in a circle here.
Yeah, we are. You should keep doing that.
No, I'm not going to.
All right, and then I nudge Ranger Steve.
What were you talking to that dude about?
It doesn't matter. He's just mumbling. Did you hear?
You were mumbling too.
Yeah, I figured you guys could, you were pretty cloudy, we were pretty clear, so figured you could understand him.
A quick summary, because he wanted to talk for an eon, was the dragon's on its way.
Oh my god. We have to prepare.
Yeah, we need to prepare.
Did you tell him anything?
I didn't have anything to tell him. He wanted us to fight it, and I was like, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Oh, is that how it went? Does he have expectations of us?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, Bill, before the dragon comes, you sort of set up these events. I think you might have got out a little out of hand.
What events are we talking about?
In the church. So I wasn't there. I saw the aftermath of people being smited.
Everyone seems okay. We just looked over there a minute ago.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
That everyone's okay.
Yeah,
I thought it should have went way worse for them because they were obviously not believers.
Yeah, so those things are not very common. We just saw them die, and you got hit.
I don't think anybody died.
And then as soon as that, we heard the bell ring crazily, and then it just shattered into the church where all you guys are at, and a couple people stepped out. Lightning happened. So I think you might have went a little overboard.
Have you heard about the the trial by lightning of justification and sanctification?
Yeah, we've heard about it. I'm not going to let you go to detail about it. We've heard about it.
That's what happened. I passed.
Okay. Yeah. So I think in our group, speak up if you guys have any different opinions about this. We're moving from town to town, trying to help as many people as we can. Respect your religion, but this time I think it might have got a little out of hand.
You're right. We got to the point to where we had to get people out of the church that were trying to hurt people there. So I'm all for you. I should back off and kind of let the town be. It sounds like we got a dragon coming, and that's a much hotter issue than what we're gonna do for our next service.
Yeah, so I think services in the future we need to avoid. I understand you want to convert as many people as possible. And, you can do that on the sense we've been doing this entire journey. Having
probably not in a formal setting is what you're saying.
Yeah, conversations in pubs.
Okay.
I think in the church itself, based on today's what happened today, we should try and avoid that in the future.
Well, here's the thing. You weren't there, Tyrell. What do you have to say? I mean, that's a pretty standard service. I thought it went well. It seems like maybe you grew up with a different, religious background and different kind of services growing up. Maybe you saw it from a different light, perhaps.
Indeed, yes, a different angle, if you will. I would echo everything that Ranger Steve has to say here. Things are going a little far on this last one.
Do you believe that Helm is a real god?
There's a potential, absolutely.
Would you say after today there's more potential?
There's a potential for just about anything. I don't think...
Ranger Steve, how about you? You seem to think that maybe my interaction as a priest of Helm has perhaps brought forth, as I rightly see, the trial by lightning, justification and sanctification. But you saw what would happen, the scorch marks, the people, the church community, the bell obviously ringing until it exploded. What are your thoughts? You think Helm's real now?
I think it was a reaction to something that might have pissed someone off.
A higher power, you might say.
Sure. My land was attacked by something that we had no recollection of, and we had no idea where it came from. It might have been.
I'll take a skeptic over an unbeliever any day. So we're moving in the right direction.
Okay.
Old Tug and I, what do you say? He's speechless.
He doesn't like other gods coming into the conversation.
No, I get what you're putting down. I need to cool it on the surfaces. We still have a lot to do and a lot of towns to save. People to meet. I understand that. My preaching can get in the way. I was just, I had been so long since I had set foot in a Church of Helm. My feet were just itching, guys. So my sincerest apologies for that. But as we can see, the Lord Helm, praise be unto him, reigns high in the skies, and he watches, and he will give trials to those he sees fit.
Okay. I agree. I think the best move is, some steps forward, tiny steps in your favor. Steps forward as a group. And yeah, let's just avoid the congregational aspect of your religion henceforward. Because if this happens again, we're just gonna bail. We just can't do that again. There's only so many messes that we can rectify.
Well, that one didn't seem like a mess. That seemed like
sure, but take it from someone's aspect of not understanding the religion and see how that can be.
Of course. If you would have attended the service, it would have all made sense.
I did attend the service, and
Tyrell told us about it. It seemed a little.
And what part were you unsure about, Tyrell? Because we can go into the, maybe it's the semantics of it. Maybe it was one of the actual, theological points, and we can go into that doctrine and really break it down. So
I don't think it's something to that extent, but I'm just gonna take it as face value. Baby steps, I suppose.
Okay, so we agree that Helm interacted here today on behalf of the church service that I performed. Therefore, the power of Helm came from the church that I performed.
Looking back at the church, you all do notice that the bell is shattered. So, while something is amiss here, you all notice that the events that occurred in regards to Helm appear to be very real.
Yeah, so if that's a typical service, that church is wrecked. We watched people die. Now they're back to life. So that's pretty wild. I'd rather not experience that again. So I'm just saying.
It's an intense experience, and I understand what you're saying. You come from a different background of faith, and jumping in, full head of steam right here is kind of it's shocking, a little bit much. We got to take baby steps to get there.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Can I get you all to make another just a perception check again this time?
Oh, okay. 19.
Ooh, nice. It's a lot better than what I got. I get a 7.
Okay. Tug, Tyrell?
Yeah, I got a 7.
10.
I don't think I get any modifiers.
Good job, Ranger Steve, with the big one.
All right, so
my last one was like a 3, so
Ranger.
I didn't see shit before.
Ranger Steve, you notice that Billy, Tyrell, and Tug all sort of lull back into their bit of lethargic state. You yourself have made sure that you stay clear of any of the falling leaves and made sure to brush them off of you as they come down. So the rest of you sort of notice that Ranger Steve is looking a little off, but everything seems to be on the right path again. You're feeling kind of better. You've got a little bit more pep in your step.
As Ranger Steve was talking to me about Helm?
Yes. Right as he was about to say his final thing, he starts to mumble again, and you sort of look to Tyrell and Tug.
Hold on, guys. He's got those leaves on him that I say to those two, but I'm gonna do my action as if it's towards.
I need you to make a roll to see if you think of the leaves
that
or
he's
not.
lethargic?
No. If you think of the leaves or not.
Oh, okay. I may not have thought of the leaves.
Right.
That's a good one.
Well, that's the way I'm gonna.
Is that a perception check?
It is a perception, and it is a D20 just like before.
It's a 14.
Okay, you sort of look for something on him. You don't really recall what it was the first time, but you know something's at least off with him. You just don't know what it is.
Can I speak to Tug or speak to Ranger Steve in the language that he would hear?
You can speak to him, and he's gonna.
But clown, no penis.
God damn it. I'm gonna go brush the leaves off of Tyrell.
Okay, you sort of.
I'm gonna continue to do the same thing.
You go and inspect Tyrell, and you sort of pull off 2 more leaves, and he sort of wakes up and snaps out of it, and he kind of blinks and looks at you like, what was going on?
You all got covered by leaves again, so this is going to be a thing.
Can I test quick? I want to pick a leaf up off the ground and put it back on me and see if anything happens.
So you sort of willingly pick up this leaf off the ground, and you put it back sort of just on your chest, and you kind of hold it there for a second, and then you feel it cling, and you kind of take your hand off, and you look down, and the leaf is gone, but Ranger Steve looks lethargic again, and Billy and Tug are A-okay.
Okay, sweet. All right, go ahead, Ranger Steve.
Sorry, I'm going to pull the leaf back off. Yeah, so you just did an experiment. You probably don't remember it now, and you got all drowsy again as soon as you put that leaf on. So, yeah.
So the conversation, Tug and Billy, that you're seeing Tyrell and Ranger Steve have is kind of off and on.
Can you guys have your mumble conversation real fast so me and Tug knows what it sounds like? That's pretty good. Hey, Tug, what do you think about this? These guys are acting funny.
I mean, they were just fine a second ago.
Were they eating those apples out of that barrel?
I don't think they were eating the apples.
I'm pretty sure the apples got something funny in them. Why else would they be acting this way? We're not acting this way.
I don't know. Can I...
Tug, I guess I'm upset a little bit. I wanted to just talk with you for a minute. Seems like those two are doing their own thing. You know, I got invited to lead a service and you decided not to come.
Yeah. I've heard some things about the service, Billy.
Well, you weren't there. How, are you just going to assume what everybody says is just, truth? There's been people who said bad things about you before. I didn't think it was truth.
I mean, I don't just usually believe in what people start standing up and saying is truth. So, no, I'm not going to say I believe, but my eyes have shown me some things that were troubling and kind of go along with the story.
Well, what do your eyes tell you?
Well, you're a little charred. There was the bell at the church is broken, and charred ground, and there was 2 bodies, but then they were fine again. And I mean, it's been a trippy day. Like, kind of like, my head kind of starts hurting, and then it's fine, and then like not hurting.
It sounds like we kind of need a beer. Get our heads straight.
I mean, I can always go for a beer.
Well, it's on me. I'll get you this next beer. So let's head on over there. These guys seem to be mumbling. We'll get us something. They decide to talk to us.
Well, that was right on key. Like, I thought you literally moved.
Hey there, barkeep.
Hang on,
We're
we're gonna jump back. One quick thing with them, and then we're probably gonna end the session.
Okay, sounds good.
Because it's 10 o'clock. So last conversation between Tyrell and Ranger Steve, you saw the two mumbling Tug and Billy head off to the pub.
Well, these leaves are obviously, pretty magical. I don't know if getting out from under the tree is going to do us any good. They just headed off into the bar in a strange walk and mumbling.
Well, yeah, I wonder, since we can replace them, a day's going to go by pretty fast. I think we've had a lot of talk about some deep stuff, so appreciate that, by the way. But maybe we should gather a handful of these. I don't know if it will affect, the Emerald Dragon, but maybe that's something that could be handy. And I want to pick up.
Why don't you go ahead and pick them up, see what happens, and if you go dazed again, I'll just take them right back off and let you know what happened.
Yeah. Well, I want since if it makes the sticky lethargic, but the others, or like they see fine, but they would see us without leaves. You know what I mean? Like, so if the dragon has leaves on it, to us it will move slow and look like a zombie. But if we're moving around fast, then we look like zombies. I don't know if it'd work or not. I'm gonna take some though. I want to just pack some away.
Right. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you even pick them up, if you're gonna start acting lethargic. That's the only thing I want. Yeah.
So you pick them up. Where do you store them?
Who has the bag of holding?
Tug.
Well, I'm gonna try to carry them up to him and see if we can't put some in there.
All right. So you guys go into the pub, and I need you guys to mumble speak to each other in order to try and divine.
I'm just gonna take the leaves off a Tug.
You go over, you pick all the leaves off a Tug, and Tug sort of shakes his head and looks around at the bar, and all the patrons just sort of what look like asleep. But Tug, do you want to, I guess, accept the leaves into your bag of holding?
Why are you giving me these leaves?
Well, they apparently... Wait, can you understand me?
So you have sort of not brought them with you, but you're just proposing the idea to him.
Oh.
Because if you picked them up, you'd go back into the state of lethargy.
That's why I was... Because I thought I was holding him. No, that's fine. Well, I don't know if it could potentially help us in a battle, say with a big old dragon.
If what could potentially help us?
Because it makes the sticky, like where they're on, makes them, not to them, but they see everything in slow-mo. But then also people without it would see that in slow-mo. So if the dragon had leaves on it, we would see it in slow-mo if we didn't have any leaves on. But that could be problematic if it sees us in slow-mo. Maybe. I don't know.
So
while he's explaining that, I just want to run outside real quick and just do a perception check on the tree itself. I just want to figure out what kind of tree it is.
Sure. So you get up to the tree and look at it. This is obviously much more ancient than the rest of the forest. I mean, aside from its size already, you can tell that this tree has been here long before the town. Like, the town, is run down, but the tree was definitely a fixture here before that. Go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you notice anything else.
Is there any modifiers or anything?
Nature's intelligence, so...
Is that
14? It may be. He may be proficient in it.
Yeah, if you have the little dot filled out by your nature, then you are proficient. You can add another +2.
I don't know. I'll just do 14.
No, you got +2.
I mean, it depends what he took his proficiency, but yeah, as a ranger, you should probably have +2.
Okay, 16.
Hands.
So, with a little bit more insight onto this, you kind of go up and run your hand across the tree, and you start to think that this tree is maybe a little bit more alive than the rest of them. And as you continue to run your hand across it, you feel it start to move more than it should as a face sort of turns around from the upper canopy and reveals itself. Like the branches sort of move and twist and morph into a face. And with the movement of the branches, so like the rustling of the leaves and the sort of bending, creaking sounds of the wood and the cracking of branches and the wind howling through the leaves and the knots in the hole, you sort of hear this ethereal kind of voice using all those sounds to communicate with you in a rather slow manner, and says, "I am Euphoria." And we'll end the session there for tonight.
It took me way too long to realize what the fucking tree was.
Is it an ent?
It's an ent. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been trapped here with an ent. Well,
Isn't that from Star Wars?
yes.
They're actually
Dumbledore was there.
treants in...
Yeah, treants. Yeah, Lord of the Rings kind of like...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's... Yeah. In D&D, it's a little different, and I'm sure that's to...
sorry, it's a treant, but yes, it's...
that's to
same
save their hides, or vice versa. I think Lord of the Rings was before this, but... It
So
definitely
that was a nice session, right?
Yeah. I mean...
It was.
You can take away from this that obviously what you did, whether it
Was
be
all
real
good.
or not, was seen by Helm, and he responded.
And he is real.
You'll also notice, Kobe, that while
Can
the
you
other
guys-
two may be
you-
alive, you did not get your HP back from that lightning strike.
Well, you know, you live and you learn.
What did you say, Josh?
I'm just,
You're kind of breaking up.
He's just shocked that Helm is a real god and he's not.
I mean, Josh or Tug is tangible as well. He's a physical presence.
I don't see him shooting lightning at people as a trial of justification and sanctification.
Yeah. I mean,
hey,
there we go. We got you now.
I'm sorry. You guys been like robots for like 2 minutes. I've been trying to fix it. All I know is he walked up to a tree. What happened?
Oh,
So
We ended the session.
the
all you
branches and the everything sort of moved to create this like visage of a face using the parts of the tree and using all the sounds that trees can create, whether it be moaning or branches breaking or the wind or the rustling of the leaves, sort of communicated and said that its name was Euphoria, and that's where the session ended.
Oh,
So it's a treant.
so it's a Pocahontas.
Yes.
Yes.
pretty sure. Or Flubber.
I mean, Tug's dad might be Robin Williams, so you're not far with the Flubber reference.
What?
Well, I thought it was a very productive session. Billy was able to increase the faith of the followers of Helm in the church because they saw that when you give your money to Billy and to Helm, you get your money back in return.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of dark going-ons in that church today, between sacrifices and bribery, and it was
I'm gonna be honest, Christian. It went. If I would have had the hot twins, this whole thing may have went different. But I got the old lady and the mouthy teacher, and I had to go bad cop, bad cop. And we all know what happens.
You were dealt a hand, and you did what you could with it. You know.
I mean, did he though?
So much to feel.
I think the mistake was splitting Billy away.
Oh,
I think I said that the conversation was not going to be good.
The moment Christian's like, you guys are getting two, I'm like, I'm going to have to go bad cop, and kill one of these hostages. Oh, man.
Still surprised at the leniency you are willing to give Billy. But
I gave him a little too. I said we might want to re-interview them, and I should just said let's not do that.
I was curious too, especially after everything, because I mean, you guys could have continued to go down the path and not notice that something was off. That you obviously had all been covered in the leaves at some point with the time you had spent in the town, but I mean. Could be a very different place right now if Billy had not noticed that something was on him.
Actually, Helm gave me that.
Right, the lightning was the vision that allowed you to see. Yes.
Oh man.
I
imagine
your
guys' talk went really well. I hope Tyrell is a new convert and was trying to convert you guys.
Good play on the trial by combat. I straight up expected you to just fight in the aisles of the church, but no, you made the smart play. You were like, I'm not gonna fight this guy. Like, I have a mob of people that I can just use.
Yeah, so he had a magical dagger. Is that what I heard?
Yes. You don't know who or why
that Jared
or how,
picked up. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. No, I thought about instantly just accepting that trial by combat, and I thought, no. I need to make Billy look more important. So
that was good. That was good. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I should have fully expected that to happen. So,
and then the entire church was a mob behind it. So
I guess I just didn't expect you to murder them in cold blood like you did. But it was also a surprise.
No, they were demons trying to out me.
Right.
I mean, after he used that spell to then make them follow him, basically.
I mean, they're already pretty impressionable, but yeah, when you put on a light show,
I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that they were impressionable in that way. I just assumed, oh yeah, they're coming to follow me, and they're excited about Helm. They all just now, the moment there was a bit of doubt stone, they all found a gift from Helm, and then Helm told them to burn the witch. And then somebody came to defend the witch. So
I wish Leonidas was here because she accepted Helm pretty early on, and I wanted to see her reaction to what was going on.
She did kind of back away. So I remember early on, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's really interesting. Pretty cool." And then later on, I talked, yeah. But as we have seen today, Helm is real and will give you lightning if you do justice. So.
There's proof of Helm existing. Good session, guys.
It was very dynamic.
The whole barrel thing, and then Billy killing somebody. Did I kill the shopkeep or just a random hostage?
You don't know if the shopkeep's still in a barrel, and after he heard you kill that one person, he was like, "Oh no, I've been outed," or if somebody's hacking at barrels, he's not going to make a noise because suddenly
just the moment you told me, it sounded like I hit a body and there's blood pouring. I was like, "Oh nope, that was nothing."
It's pretty strange that this session started off with us hanging out in a room with some barrels.
Yep.
It ended up with me getting smited.
Well, I mean,
man.
It's all part of the plan.
It's all part of Helm's plan.